Welcome to the WAN Show. We're going to have a great show lined up for you guys this week. We will be talking about Google's AI overview apparently selling people products that in many cases are garbage and in some cases don't even exist, which is pretty awkward, if I do say so myself. In other awkward AI news, are you depressed? Just use AI so you can feel better. Are you kidding me right now? What else we got going on this week?
Thieves are giving themselves refunds using POS terminals. That's very cool. Also, some of you asked and some of us answered. The labs did a thing. There was a Reddit article about if displaying seconds in your system tray uses battery or not. And we checked it out. It's not fully conclusive because we haven't. Battery testing is weird. Blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Your Ahrefs. You're so good at it, you say it. There, boom. The show is brought to you today by Ahrefs, Vessi, and Squarespace. And of course, our wrap partner is dBrand, our chair partner is Secret Lab, and our laptop partner is Dell.
Why do I bother?
Oh, Google. Let me go through this?
Let's jump right into our headline topic. Google's AI overviews are selling you a garbage. I mean, we all knew that AI kind of sucked, right?
Did you want me to do this?
I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
All right.
I can't resist. HouseFresh, who we've actually talked about like 4 or 5 times on WAN Show now.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're an air purifier review site that, I never thought I'd care this much about an air purifier review site, but they do a great job and they are fighting the good fight in the war against crappy AI. And they published an in-depth report exposing how Google's AI overviews push misleading, overly salesy product info. Do you have something to say?
No, I need a drink of water. I just started to, I'm good.
In their testing, they showed that AI overviews often rely on manufacturer PR, product listings, and sponsored reviews. They omit major criticisms and will even hallucinate fake pros and cons. They've even recommended products that simply don't exist. Independent websites, including ones that Google itself has promoted, have seen massive traffic drop-offs to nearly 80% in some cases. Meanwhile, Reddit's traffic from Google surged 990% between 2023 and 2025. Here are some AI overview. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm sorry about that.
Here are some AI overview examples from the article.
I'm just very into this.
When asked about an infamously poorly reviewed air purifier, Google's AI overview had a super salesy take on it. The Molecule Air Mini Plus is generally considered a worthwhile purchase for its unique technology and effectiveness in removing pollutants. It's particularly appealing for those concerned. What?
Oh, sorry. Inside joke. Don't worry.
For those concerned about viruses, bacteria, and other small particles that HEPA filters might miss, according to fathercraft.com. While some reviewers find it expensive, others find the benefits, like peace of mind, and its ability to destroy pollutants outweigh the cost. The Air Mini offers the same filtering power as the Air Mini Plus, but without the particle filter, auto protect mode, and
particle sensor.
Mm-hmm. And HomeKit integration, says fathercraft.com. But it's not incapable of listing cons, such as when specifically asked for a good reason not to buy the air purifier. So in this case, it said a major drawback is its limited ability to remove particulate matter from the air. I mean, that seems like a major consideration when you're buying an air purifier, does it not?
The entire point of the entire product.
Despite its marketing, it has received criticism for its poor performance. with some tests showing it to be the worst purifier we've ever tested. Okay. And even if that's not a solution, it often hallucinates cons. Its reliance on UV light for disinfection, which is ineffective and potentially harmful. Blah, 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 blah. This is wild, man. HouseFresh provides many examples in their full article, which you can find on their site, which is titled Beware of the Google AI Salesman and Its Cronies. And we have given you guys only a small surface sampling, a taste, you might say, of everything that they've delved into in their topic. So you should definitely... Dan, do you want to go ahead and drop the link to the HouseFresh article into all the various chats? You should definitely go check it out and give it a good read. Our discussion question on this one is this the lowest point in internet history for trying to research and purchase products?
No. But I think the reason why it's a no is really annoying. Because at one time you basically couldn't.
But I mean, like during the internet
recent
era?
Modern history, then I think absolutely yes. But like at a certain point in time, there basically was no product info on the internet.
I mean, when was
very,
that, though?
very little. When I first started using the internet, there was very little product info online. You couldn't actually buy things online.
Okay, all right.
This is what I'm saying. It's kind of a lame answer. So the realistic answer, if we look at modern internet, is that yes, this is, in my opinion, the worst time. And in my opinion, again, to keep pumping these guys, if you want to be like, properly armed and informed about what's happening with the trillions of dollars behind the things hitting your eyeballs these days, it's a good read. You should legitimately go check it out.
Yeah. It makes you a more educated consumer.
Yes, which is
all we can really hope for at this point.
Yeah. So check it out, share it to your friends, do stuff like that. It's and
I got to say, man,
good. It's well written, well researched.
Even with how much I know, I still find myself scrolling through the AI overview and if I don't stop and think, wait, this is horse shit, right? If I don't stop and think about it, I'm like, oh, I mean, it sounds plausible enough. That's the thing.
That's the biggest problem. Mm-hmm.
You asshole.
Oh, man.
I think we might as well just take a short break and acknowledge the elephant in my mouth. I got braces.
Yeah, but that's not actually why.
That's not the real problem. I was planning to not have to say that much today, but I think there's just kind of no way that we can get around this.
I mean, I can do the topics.
I got this. So you can see. Can you see it?
This show is so normal.
Can they see it?
Yeah, they can definitely see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I had a few different options. There was traditional braces, Invisalign, and then they had these 3D printed braces. And I was like, I don't know, 3D printed braces. That sounds kind of cool.
Sounds cool.
They're a little more expensive than Invisalign, actually, so I didn't save money. But they're apparently faster. And after the initial time putting them on, there's apparently just less f***ing around with taking off and remounting brackets and getting adjustments from week to week. Theoretically, from my understanding, my very basic understanding, they have these templates that they put on so that they get the bracket in exactly the right spot so that you just hook up all the wires, and then over time they put stronger and stronger wires, obviously, just like you would with normal train tracks. And it just rips everything around to where it's supposed to be, just, whatever. I'm going to need a little bit of disking because I have some crowding in my bottom teeth that's pretty rancid. And I was just I don't know, 3D printing's cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that one.
Yeah.
So what my ortho didn't tell me is that because my bottom teeth are so misaligned, it's hard to kind of see that. Basically, it's
the braces being on there now makes it actually harder.
Yeah,
to see,
so some of the brackets on the bottom are up so high that my top teeth could slice them off if I bit down too hard. So they didn't tell me that that was going to be part of this system. And if they had, I probably would have gone with something else, because as you guys may or may not have noticed, I cannot make S sounds. And the reason for it is these bite blocks behind my two front teeth on the top that prevent me from biting down so far that it slices off the bottom brackets. There's a gap between them so that I can floss between the teeth.
Yeah.
So I can't feel.
Oh. Yeah, because I was thinking, I was like, I think I can make an S sound without closing my, but I understand now.
Yeah. With my tongue against it, I can't feel.
Do you want some tissue paper we could jam in there?
I want nothing of your help. You mocked me once, never mock me again, or whatever the Princess Bride quote is. I don't know. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm in some pain. I just got them on yesterday morning.
So there's like the torque.
And I've still had to work. So honestly, the teeth aching has never bothered me that much. Like, I've had orthodontic work done before. That's not the worst part right now.
I didn't actually mind my braces that much when I had them.
The worst part for me has been that I've had to work the last couple of days, and I literally talk for a living.
Yeah.
And it's taking extra effort to try to enunciate in a way that anyone can actually understand what the bloody hell it is that I'm saying. It really doesn't help that the video I hosted today, right before WAN show, was on lossless scaling. Someone's God hates me.
That's all time rough, I think.
So it's taken extra effort to enunciate, and with the brand new braces on my teeth, they're ripping up my gums like more when I have to try harder to do things. And I don't know what it is, but I think these might be sharper than like the regular metal brackets. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just because I'm not like used to them yet. Last time I got train tracks on, I had like an appliance already in my mouth, so I'd had a wire already. So it probably toughened up the inside of my mouth a little bit before I got them on. So it's not really an apples to apples comparison, not to mention that it was 20 years ago. Anyway, yes, Shiro Bane is correct. The true cruelty is that the word lisp is spelled with an S.
There's a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, like Asperger's.
Isn't it like the fear of long words is a really long word or something?
Is it really?
I think.
That makes sense. So, all right.
Yeah, the fear of long words is like incredibly long.
Nice.
I can't even say it. It's this. We can share my screen.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Hippopotomonstrosesquipedaliophobia or something like that. Man, that's really... Also known as sesquipedaliophobia. The name is ironically long, making it a bit of a joke for those who've experienced the phobia. Imagine having a fear of long words. I think we've gotten soft as a society. Dyslexic Stoner 240 in float playing chat says, we are not soft.
I was going to say, I think we've gone soft as the society is hilarious.
There's no way that that's right, Ploda. Ploda says the fear of palindromes is a palindrome.
No, I think it is.
Abiophobia. There's no way. It can't be. Is that real?
I think so.
Fear of palindromes can't be a real thing, though. That's probably just a thing.
A lot of these sound...
It's a humorous, unofficial term that ironically refers to the fear of words, phrases, or numbers that read the same backward and forward. That's not real. We live in a society. Stop it.
Somebody said say narcissist.
I won't. I'll have to later. I'll explain later. I find that disrespectful.
Because I stole it from you? I stole your opportunity?
You bastard.
Bath turd? Sorry, I don't understand.
I mean, you did a Caddyshack, and it was you.
Okay. Next topic.
Let's get on to our next topic here. What do you want to talk about? Are you depressed? Just use AI to feel better. Last week, Microsoft laid off about 9,000 employees across several departments, with a huge reason for this reduction coming back to the classic AI. It seems like whether it's jobs being lost to AI or it's employees managing to work with it more efficiently or them just wanting to make more investments in hardware, whatever it is. CEO Satya Nadella said that about 20 to 30% of the company's code is currently being generated by AI, and there's no plan to slow down on investing billions into it. And I guess that comes at the cost of some of the humans that work there, which is honestly kind of old news at this point.
Yeah.
What's new this week is that Matt Turnbull, an executive producer at Xbox Game Studio Publishing, stated on LinkedIn that while this is a challenging time for many people, there is a solution. Using AI to help get over it. This is in direct response to people losing their jobs. He included...
LinkedIn is a horrifying place.
We'll get to that. Including examples in his post of what you could ask an AI. Like, I'm struggling with imposter syndrome after being laid off. Can you help me reframe this experience in a way that reminds me what I'm good at?
Oh.
He then ended his message with, no AI tool is a replacement for your voice or your lived experience. But at a time when mental energy is scarce, these tools can help you get unstuck faster, calmer, and with more clarity. There were even more examples of ideas or prompts to give AI tools, but the post was deleted due to how it was received. Discussion question. While the time... Okay, actually, no. First discussion question. LinkedIn as a social media platform.
It's like the worst thing in the world. I hate it so much.
I'm going to go on my LinkedIn.
If it was like basically just a professional resume platform that you could message people on, sure. But honestly, the fact that there's public posts at all, I find really weird. And I often find them to be so incredibly like corporate self-serving and so incredibly fake. I just I don't like it. Sammy says LinkedIn is just people self-glazing and other people approving your self-glaze.
So it's a circle jerk. A jerk in a circle.
But everyone in the circle is also at least partially wearing suits.
That's got to be a genre.
Probably. Somebody's into it. Somebody somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, so that wasn't much of a discussion topic. That's fine. We can move on from that. While the timing of this post couldn't have been any worse, ignoring that, can you see yourself ever turning to an AI chatbot for assistance?
Like therapeutic assistance? Because I use chatbots for assistance all the time.
Sure, therapeutic assistance.
No, I don't think so.
So I'm going to present a contrarian take here. Both my own and someone else's. Elijah put in here, to be honest, I've 100% used AI messaging tools to help through temporary tough times. I don't think they're a replacement for real therapy or whatever the person might actually need, but if someone can identify that what they're going through is very temporary, needs a quick ranting buddy, I could totally see this being a real thing people would do. To be clear, there's no endorsement there, but seeing that this could be a thing that people would do, I think is valuable for us to at least have a broader perspective, even if it's not something that we would do personally.
I'm not saying you shouldn't.
And what I will say is that short period of time that I spent on that social media platform that was all AI participants, honestly, it felt healthier than regular social media.
Oh, I mean, that's that bar is in the core of the earth.
Sure,
it's
but
not
like,
low, it has no factor.
I mean, basically it was nothing but positive energy.
And social media is nothing but negative energy.
I wouldn't say it's nothing but.
Depends on the category of social media.
But it is very problematic energy-wise. I think we can agree on that.
It's arguable to say that even when it's positive in a way that drives you to continue using it, which will inevitably push you towards a negative.
You could make that argument.
Anyways,
Lime Day. We got to sell.
sure.
It's Lime Day. It's Lime Day. I can't.
You're saying Slime Day? I'm not aware of what Slime Day is.
Stop.
Is it like a
Stop.
Nickelodeon reference?
Stop.
Try it to be.
Today, Lime Day occurred. There you go.
That worked.
Lime Day is our annual sales event where we squeeze our margins to bring you some really sweet deals, including our brand new Not a Hot Dog t-shirt that we dropped today. It's available. Here, I'll switch to the Luke cam. It's available. You'll have to turn around a bit more. It's available for a limited time at a discounted Lime Day price for just $19.99 on both sites. So that is $19.99 CAD on the global site and $20 US on the US site. We are also introducing a brand new colorway in olive since y'all sold the sky blue version out so quick. Artie's writing in the doc. You should probably explain the story. So it's a hot dog, right? And in the mustard...
Well, the front isn't anything.
Well,
It's
yeah, it's his
eyeballs
eyes.
and a knife.
And he holds a little knife. It's cute.
Yeah.
And then on the back, the mustard says, "I'll kill you," on the super cute hot dog. Did you notice that?
I didn't actually see that part. I really like the shirt, though.
It says, "I'll kill you."
Oh, written on the hot dog. Yeah,
So the
okay,
reference is, I have pushed for many years to keep our shirts at $20. It was only recently with tariffs on the ones that are going into the US that pushed them, like making it impossible for us to keep them at $20 US without losing our shirts. Haha, get it. Anyway, we're bringing it back no matter the cost. And the reference here is that the Costco founder told the then CEO of the hot dog in the Costco food court, if you change the price of the hot dog from $1.50 for a hot dog and a soda, which like today is
insane.
He said, "I'll fucking kill you." And so this shirt, it's $20. It's Lime Day. It's an "I'll kill you" hot dog, and it's adorable.
I think it's great.
I think it's great too. I think the team did an absolutely bang up job of putting together this shirt. I think we really went for extra points by printing it on both sides for our cheapest shirt. That costs more, by the way. And if you haven't seen any of our other Lime Day deals, we have quite a few. Do you want to bring up the site?
Sure.
You can save $15 on our iconic insulated water. Stop.
You can save.
Just click shop now, okay? Shop. There's a shop now there. Click the shop.
You don't have to click that.
It's
you
painful.
can click anywhere on here.
Well, you weren't doing that either. Look, you can save $15 on our iconic insulated water bottle. Perfect for the summer to keep your drinks cold. You can get a free... Are you going to like scroll down and look at any of the deals? He's doing great.
Huh. We should probably... Anyways, no worries.
You can get a free Razer Death Adder Essential when you buy any desk pad. Just add both of them to your cart and it'll show up. If you buy a commuter backpack, you can get either a free 8-bit controller with charging dock or an LTT Ridge wallet. You can snag our new WAN backpack and get either a free Corsair Thunderbolt 3 dock if you're in the US, or a free Corsair K70 10 keyless keyboard if you are anywhere else. You can also get one of 5 exclusive Lime Day mystery screwdrivers and save $20 US in the US and $30 Canadian anywhere else. And if you buy a precision screwdriver and bit set bundle, you can get a free Jerry Rig Everything knife. Lots of great deals this year. And in traditional WAN show fashion, I'm unleashing some brand new deals right now for you right here. We're doing $10 off the stubby screwdriver. Dun, 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 dun. We're doing... Where are they? Ah! It's over here! I'm stuck! Ah! I dropped the thing.
You pronounce your S's better when you yell them.
Thank you.
Just so you know.
We're doing $20 off our cargo pants. We're doing $20 US off of the offsite laptop bag in the US and $30 off on the global site. And last but not least, the MCM Magnetic Cable Management Starter Solution. We are giving you guys our best deal yet. Only $10 US on the US site and 14 Canadian dollars on the global site. So that's about the same. Plus, you get 30% off individual MCM component packs so you can build off of that starter kit.
Nice.
But Lime Day is scheduled to end on Monday. So make sure you shop at these discounted prices while you still can at lmg.gg/lime. It's also a great time for you guys to leave a merch message. I hate that we call them that. Merch message. I got this. Dan, should we show the people how they work? All you got to do is add an item to your cart on LTTStore.com. Whenever we're live, you will see a little box pop up to leave a merch message. It'll go to producer Dan, who will reply to it, or who will pop it up on the bottom a little something like, oop, there you go, like that, or who might even curate it for me and Luke to respond to. Dan, do you want to show the people how a merch message works?
Sure. Let's start with a normal one. How about that? Love the show. Never been around during a live stream. For the group, what has been the most simple yet stressful thing you have ever had to do for a sponsor?
Oh, wow. Simple yet stressful. I feel like you did that on purpose.
No, the rest of them are on purpose. This is an easier one.
You don't have to read the message. Technically, Dan has to read the message. You just have to not repeat it back to them.
Ah, darn. Luke's right.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Well, we'll see what happens.
That doesn't work.
Simple
Keep
yet
sending
stressful. I mean,
messages.
I think some of the most stressful ones have been the ones where they've been like weather dependent and there's a huge like time crunch. Like, I seem to recall there was one that we had to do. I mean, you know what? Sure, let's go way back to the beginning when we were still working out of the house. Do you remember that shoot for Patriot? For their, like, was it like a battery bank or something like that? Where we went out in the woods near my house and we had to get it done that day, but it was raining. But then we, like, shot under enough tree coverage that, like, it was kind of okay. But then it wasn't okay because when we got back to the house, the camera wouldn't turn on anymore because it got water on it. And then I had to kind of disassemble the camera partially and then put it next to, I used a GPU exhaust.
Everything that could possibly generate heat.
And just like tried to dry it out overnight.
I thought it was more than just, I know the GPU exhaust was a thing.
I think I was running Furmark on like a 480 or something.
Yeah, no, I remember that. But I thought we also had like other heat generating things just in
that
the area.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
it's been too long. But yeah, I remember that.
But it dried out and it worked the next day, and that camera like got us through the first year and a half of the company.
Carried
existing.
us for a long time.
Yeah, FS700, let's go boys. Yeah. I mean, it was a simple thing, get the shoot done, but it ended up almost killing our camera. So I'm gonna say that counts.
My example is probably not fair, but going on a hike is simple on the surface.
Sure. Yeah.
Highlander was rough. And we had sponsors for it, so there.
We did. ASUS even came with us.
Yeah.
Nick's at Intel now, I think, but he was with ASUS at the time.
Yeah. Okay, we are on to...
We're supposed to do a couple merch messages, I
Oh,
think.
another-
Oh, no, we're not?
Do you have another announcement?
I don't know how things work, dude.
Me neither.
We're technically already out of order, I think. So I don't know how much it matters. But
Nice.
we could do this flow plane announcement.
Sure, fine, just do it.
Who is Linus when the cameras are off? Over the last 2 weeks, we've released content to show the day-to-day behind the life of Linus Gabriel Sebastian. Just circle the video thumbnails with your mouse as you're talking about each of the videos. That was too fun. Okay. What are these? Okay, hold on. How does the dynamic of Terran and Linus actually work? Check out the over 40-minute sit-down video with them together. But what about LMG staff? do they remember their first reaction with Linus? Some of the staff's first reaction when they were meeting Mr. Tech Tips, and then
Here, I'll show some of them. So
Okay,
Linus
cool.
sits down with the LMG CEO. That's been a pretty successful exclusive. Oh yeah, okay. No, that was recent.
I love how you started off by really giving him the confidence he needs to like show up on camera by telling him that he was terrible on camera and he is still terrible on camera.
Did I do that? Yeah. That sounds like a thing I would do.
It's like rough.
Here's, this is pretty much it. Linus reacts to LMG members share their first meeting with Linus. This was another popular one.
I watched that whole thing. That was a banger.
We have Linus takes a psychopathy quiz.
The first comment, I don't know if it's the top comment, but the first comment is just, yeah.
And finally, I spent the day with Linus in Taiwan. Wow, this one's newer, so it doesn't have as many views yet.
Still brewing. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. That was during Computex. Sammy did like a day following me around and documenting it for Floatplane.
Yeah.
Okay, what else are we supposed to talk about?
Finally, never mind. Yeah, go to lmg.gg/floatplane or check out our YouTube membership today. Should we talk about the thing Labs did?
Oh, we're apparently also going to be having me take a narcissism quiz.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to be doing part 2 of your first interactions, including Colton and Yvonne. Colton's, I know, is terrible. I did not make a great first impression on Colton. He knows.
I'm kind of surprised we're even doing that. I thought that was one of those stories that just goes out back and dies. I didn't think that was something that would return, but okay. All right. Sounds good. Put that back on camera again.
Okay. What are we supposed to be doing right now? Oh, right, the merch messages.
Oh yeah, there's a couple coming in. Sorry. Let's see. Linus, could you please say she sells seashells by the seashore
Seriously?
with your retainer?
That's your merch message?
She sells seashells by the seashore. They spent $287. Say the line, Bart.
She sells sea salt. She sells sea. Shut up. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Oh,
Nicely done.
that was pretty good.
I made it.
Good job.
Oh my
Good
goodness.
job.
You got there. You legitimately got there.
Sophisticated Sebastian serves sublime sushi
You
sideways.
gotta be kidding me. That's another
Is
one?
this a new one?
Yes.
They didn't spend enough.
I don't think there's technically a line for that.
All right, Luke, you do it.
Sophisticated Sebastian serves sublime sushi sideways.
That was
Pretty good.
I
That was pretty
understood
good.
every word clearly.
That was a little easier to
I
say.
understood every word clearly.
All right. Don't make a habit of sending
Let's
those
go.
in. You're not all going to get curated. All right, moving on.
I'm looking at some of the other ones you've curated. You bastard.
Those ones you don't have to, like...
You bastard. All right, what else are we talking about today? Luke, you want to do one?
Sure. We can do this labs one. We can
let's
do
do
maybe
it.
both of the labs ones if you want.
Let's do it.
So Labs has an article. We saw a Reddit post on the r/Linus Tech Tips subreddit that wasn't people talking about Creator Warehouse, and we were curious. And we conducted some testing and gathered one round of data. No concrete results yet, since battery testing takes a long time. But we wanted to kind of give people a bit of a sneak peek into this, because we were called upon. Can LTT test this claim? So we were like, yeah, we can look into it. We are going to
Are we going to say the claim?
Yeah, the claim was that showing the seconds in your taskbar would
System tray clock.
use more. Yeah.
You can't see that from here, can you?
No, I can't. I just wasn't looking at it.
When are you
No,
going
I
to get
can
your
read that.
glasses?
No, I can read that just fine. I just wasn't looking at it.
Okay.
But yeah, having seconds there, does that reduce your battery life? So we poked into it. We have the article up now. It does showing seconds in the system tray actually use more power. We lay out the claim, we talk about how we tested it, and we show the results. And the results so far are yes.
Really? By how much?
So the red bar is seconds hidden, the blue bar is seconds displayed.
Wow.
And this is the duration of battery life per minute on these 3 different computers. We try to get computers that does this talk about it really much here? But we tried to use like a range of
we have
different...
ARM.
Yes.
So we have like an x86, and we have an ARM, and we also have like a high performance laptop and more of a like battery life optimized laptop.
Yes. And in each case, on 3 tests, there's little flags, data is not comparable between devices, stuff like that. Also, we try to make it pretty clear at the beginning, like, this is not conclusive, this is like 1 test per thing, this is not enough, but we wanted to like show as we were working. So we're going to update this post later as we get more data.
That's super cool.
This is just, like it says on the chart, displaying desktop. That's it.
Yeah. I wonder how many other little things are like this.
We are potentially going to look into that. We're going to see if there's enough, and if there's enough, we'll probably look into it. But battery testing takes forever, and there's actually a very high amount of variance.
Right.
So if we
all
decide
it takes
to
is
do
something like hitting an update server or something, and just like,
Windows Defender just decided to go ham randomly or whatever. I had to restart this computer when I sat down, and the fans were just kicked on like 100% for 15 minutes.
Yep.
Like, I have no idea what it was doing, but it was doing something.
AI.
Yeah, who knows? So it's not conclusive yet. So far, all the testing has shown that it does help. I know that, and it's not in here yet because we want to keep doing more, but we have ran, Lucas was telling me, because he's heading this up, that we have ran 1 laptop where we did video playback instead of just showing the desktop, and it actually did the opposite, but it did the opposite to a very small degree where it's probably within margin of error.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, his theory was that just if you're playing a video, there's just so much going on that it effectively doesn't really make a difference. And it's just a margin of an error problem. But that brings even more of a light onto, hey, battery testing is hard and there's a lot of variance when it's not a device that does like exactly one thing at all points in time. So that was cool. This is cool. I think this is sweet. We want to try to be able to do more of this type of stuff. So thank you for the question on Reddit, and hopefully this is an interesting adder to the conversation, and we hope to keep updating it more in the future. This is also a way for us to just like kind of play around and get more experience doing things like battery testing, because battery testing is weird. So yeah. Anyways, there's also another thing that I wanted to kind of show off. This was actually built quite some time ago. And then for some reason, we didn't expand upon it. I think we didn't have the time at the time or something.
He accused me of killing it before the show. I've literally never seen this.
I thought Linus killed this.
I've never seen it before in my life.
It's very likely I did, because we didn't have the time to like actually fully see it through at the time. But
check this out. This is awesome.
Dan Siegel made this. We were trying to play around with learning.
Dan Siegel, more like Dan Eagle.
Yeah, this is really sick. We were trying to play around with...
This is way more OP than Seagulls. They just steal French fries.
I told him I was going to show this off, and now I was going to open with you making fun of his last name.
I'm not making fun of his last name. His last name isn't even the bird.
I know.
You should know how to spell his name. You're his manager.
I do not... Oh, my goodness.
That's pathetic.
Oh, my God. Okay,
that's
anyways.
like me being like Luc Lassenfriere.
I bet you like half this company can't say my last name, and that's okay. That's fine. It took me until like grade 3 to be able to spell it. I don't expect anyone else to figure it out. It's okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, so this is cool. This is fun. You can go to the different modes. So you can be like, I want to see the Noctua, and then it like totally changes what it looks like. I want to see the retro.
Yeah, okay.
Might be a little bit too on the nose. This was a internal thing originally. Solid color. You can see all the different colors. Change the background. Cool. Build your own. and then you can change the different thingamajigs. There are some problems. You'll see the cap.
Nice.
But again, this was a tech demo, so whatever.
I think I have that combo at home.
Oh, the one that I set up
Like
there?
literally that exact combo. One of my kids made it, I think.
Yeah. You can also do this. Are you looking?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking.
See the little orange ball?
Yeah. What?
The ratchet is based on MegaPro's long-standing and reliable design. And then you can go back.
That's
and you can
so
be like, what
cool.
about this one? And then it's like, whoa,
Burp, 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 burp.
our bit storage is in collaboration with MegaPro. Yeah, so this came back up into conversation because Dan mentioned, like, hey, you guys have the transparent one now. It would be fun to do an experiment, like trying to mess around with 3D transparencies and stuff like that. So
That's super cool.
I don't know what we would do with it. But if we could have like a product select. Oh no!
Well, I didn't. Why would it? Whatever. Now, some of you have looked at that and gone, "Oh, well, then it'll definitely be. It's definitely going to be like you're going to do customizable screwdrivers, right?" And the answer is, we've always aspired to it ever since we did that thing at LTX where you could build your own screwdriver. That was always the goal, but we've never been able to figure out the logistics of stocking all of the individual pieces and being able to guarantee with any kind of certainty that they're not going to be like out of stock all the time, and also the way that it would slow down orders if we had to like put the screwdriver together before we could ship it, especially during high volume times like Lime Day. So it's designed with like a build your own because it's a cool internal tech demo, but we haven't figured out the actual like boots on the ground logistics of bringing that to life in a real actual product. So for now, the versions of the screwdriver we have on the site, those are what we have. And we do still aspire to do like a customize your own in any color scheme you want project at some point, but it is not currently on any kind of real roadmap. Yeah, I know it'll sell well. I can tell you right now, though, it will not be the same price as the pre-done ones.
It'll have to be.
Like we will have to carry so much more stock of just like random not assembled screwdriver bits than we would normally have to do now. And the additional touch of like putting them together on our side versus like doing it en masse with just like buckets of parts, like having to go like pick each of the individual ones that go together, like the logistics of it are kind of a nightmare. So it would probably be at least another $10, probably more like 15 or 20. So make of that what you will. That's just the way it is. Sorry.
We also have some semblance of pricing stuff on the beta. And then I don't remember if this is public or not yet. I don't think so. So I'm going to go play around with it first and check before I announce it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what could go wrong?
You're just gonna share my page again? You're just going to do that? You're just going to wait?
No, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Let's see. Yes. Okay. So it's still in the beta branch, but
so I can share your screen or no?
You can, but
Okay.
it doesn't show. So eventually, we're going to have it so that, like, you're on the website. You go, I want to look at graphics cards. You add a couple graphics cards to your comparison bin.
baller.
Sorry, what?
You want to look at graphics cards? You must be rich.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Then you go to your comparison bin. You do the VTEL.
Do you need a sugar baby?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a nice GPU. You want to have some fun?
My goodness. I hear you're wealthy enough to do AI inference. We should hang out. But yeah, in this area, there will be an edit price button. And then you can put in your own price and it'll show
cool.
some comparisons and stuff. Yeah, so that's coming. Don't know exactly when, but it's coming. There's cool stuff going on.
Cool story, Luke Lasternaire.
Yeah, thanks. I think I've told you this before. Anytime anyone's like, I can tell they're taking down my information, I need to give them my last name. I'll say it and immediately start spelling it out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I leave no
I have to
gap.
too.
I don't try to. Really?
Yeah, no one can spell Sebastian. They always spell it with an E.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I'll be like Linus Sebastian, Sebastian, and they're like, "Gah," and they'll still do it with an E sometimes. It's like, why did I bother to say these word noises out of my mouth hole?
Did you ever have your name wrong on like sports jerseys?
You assume that I had a sports jersey. Not all of us were, athletes.
You didn't play anything?
I mean, not at a high enough level to like need my name on the back of the jersey.
Oh, I think that's
like little kid jerseys just are like a jersey.
Huh. Okay.
Our lived experiences are quite different, sir.
All right. Never mind.
Have you seen my size?
There's sports you could play when you're small.
Yeah, I could be the coxswain.
You could have played rugby.
Yeah, I didn't want to get. I didn't want to get hurt, and it was cold outside. They did actually ask me if I wanted to be on the rugby team when I was in like grade 8 or 9.
Yeah, you probably actually would have been great because you're fast and you could have played hooker.
Yeah.
Which is...
That's literally... I still remember. Jamie McKinley, if you're out there, you're kind of a fucking asshole, but... or maybe you're not anymore, but you were when you were a teenager. But the one nice thing that he ever said to me, I think, was he told me I should try out for the rugby team.
Yeah.
And then I didn't, and then I think we like barely ever spoke again.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of a rugby guy.
I think you would have actually legitimately been really good at that, though.
Yeah, thanks.
Anyways.
Speaking of graphics cards and being a baller, the Nvidia RTX 5050 is a thing. Nvidia has announced the RTX 5050, but where are the reviews? Well, it turns out Nvidia just doesn't feel like seeding GPUs to review outlets. I mean, they're just going to crap on them anyway, so instead, they just quietly launched the card with no review embargo and said, coming second half of July. It's $250 MSRP, which is the same price as the RTX 3050 that it seems to be replacing. And I guess that's good because it has almost the exact same specs. 2560 CUDA cores, 8 gigs of GDDR6, not 6X. 128-bit memory bus, and the biggest difference is the clock speed, going from 1.55 base to 2.31, and of course it's got lots of AI. Woo!
Are you just happy you found a sound that you could make?
We will, of course, be publishing results.
We're going to play tape to tape tonight, and you're going to be saying shoot and pass. Sorry, I just had that realization. You have to be a forward so that you're asking for passes all the time. All right, sorry, keep going.
You're not sorry.
Oh, man. Okay.
We will be publishing results on LTT Labs once we have a card tested, and we will also have a YouTube video, but until then, there will be almost no third-party reviews while these cards are up for sale, meaning people will not have solid data to assess the value of these cards. Yeah, so this is pretty crappy. Our discussion question is, do you ever get tired of trying to be a voice for change in this space since it feels like it's for nothing because absolutely nothing is changing? At the end of the day, I think that there really is, I mean, I've talked about this so many times in the past. I think there's this mistaken perception for a lot of the viewers because they feel so much connection with the publications and the video creators that they engage with. There's this perception that we have this power in the industry or something like that. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that a lot of the consequential change that you're observing due to, any video that we might make or one of our fellow creators might make or an article that gets published is because of the actual consequences of that thing, not because of us saying it, if that makes sense. So if the company ultimately agrees, like if a product needs to be recalled due to a safety issue or whatever, then that will get some kind of action. But if the company doesn't agree because they just think, oh, well, sorry, what they're saying it's like too expensive, but we're making lots of money and we're selling lots of them, so who cares? Then they just completely ignore us. And that's the way it's always been, and it's the way that it's always going to be. And so, yeah, it does get tiring. But I think the most tiring part is, I think, the weight of the expectation from other people. Like I remember particularly during the GPU apocalypse during COVID, we took a ton of flack for not taking a stand against the higher pricing. And it's like, I mean, we said it's too expensive. What else can we possibly say? Nothing more, right? And, more recently, Nvidia took yet another step towards general hostility toward their customers and especially the press. And we refused to review one of their recent cards. But, at the end of the day, we can only hold out for so long because our entire job is making sure that the people who want to know can get educated on the value of these products. So ultimately, we're just going to have to go out and buy one, and we're just going to have to make the review anyway. And I don't know, man. It just kind of is what it is. They're worth $4 trillion.
And we're such a tiny segment. And I don't mean Linus Media Group. I mean gaming.
Yeah, they don't even, dude. I don't think they care at all.
And then the
anymore.
subsection of gamers who actually watch reviews on the cards that they buy.
Oh, yeah, enthusiasts.
It's like, we're getting small these
Like,
days.
that's the thing, right? With the 50-50, what percentage of people buying that card do you think are shopping for that card? Because if you're shopping for that card, you're buying like an ARC B580 or whatever. Like, you're an educated consumer. You're not going out and buying an add-in beef. Excuse me, an add-in RTX 5050.
If they even do look it up, basically at all, they're probably just going to Google it, get an AI summary, and move on.
And they're probably just buying based on the overall brand. Like, oh yeah, no, I know GeForce is good. I have $250, or realistically $280 or $290 or whatever by the time it actually makes it to a retail shelf. So I'm going to get the GeForce that fits my price point. I think a lot of enthusiasts have never worked retail. I have worked retail. People don't come in with like the concept of FPS per dollar. They come in with how many dollars do I have and getting the most for it. So in a way, it's like the inverse. It's like, how many FPS can I get for my dollar as opposed to how many FPS do I want and how many dollars do I need to spend, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, they're just going to walk out with the one that they can afford from the brand that they trust. And NVIDIA's install base is so strong and so deep. And the products, okay, we can talk about FPS per dollar and we can talk about AI features and all that. Maybe they're not the best value, in this particular game or whatever. But you can't mostly look at the product and go, oh yeah, historically people have had such bad experiences with NVIDIA cards, they're probably desperate to get off. They've had some issues with the 50 series launch, for sure. But prior, like if you still had a GTX 1080 in your rig right now, or a 1060 or whatever, would you be going like, oh yeah, I hate NVIDIA and I want to use something else? No. You would only get that you would only make that mindset shift if you were like watching the coverage as NVIDIA has intensified over the generations and like gotten to be less compelling of a value compared to their competitors. It's not like the product in your computer that, to their credit, they've supported for a very long time with drivers and software.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not like you hate that. So I understand why people just come into the store with their money, with their budget for their new GPU, and they just buy whatever it is. And if NVIDIA can sell 30 class silicon for 50, 60 class prices these days, they're going to do it. But with more AI. So it's frustrating. I don't know how to deal with it. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to keep testing them.
This was linked in Full Plane Chat, and I'm pretty sure most people here have seen it, but
what am I looking at?
Revenue.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Gaming.
Wow. Literally, like, automotive is making up ground, which was like nothing not that long ago. Networking is a bigger business for NVIDIA than gaming.
And do you think gaming includes Switch?
Ooh, maybe. Mind you, this is fiscal year. Probably Switch wouldn't be here yet.
Well,
maybe
Switch
it
1.
would. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it would. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate.
And they would have sold the components for Switch 2 already.
That's very unfortunate. Wow. Operating costs, R&D. Gaming makes less than the total R&D budget these days. That's wild.
Yeah. It makes less than taxes. That's well, no, not quite. But basically the same.
Yeah. Fiscal year 25, 72.96 or 0.9. This is wild. 72.9 billion. Billion with a B. That's wild, man. Staggering.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Pretty nuts.
I believe cost of revenue is COGS in this case. Sorry, can you bring that back up?
It's gone.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Nice. Nice.
I didn't know you could do that multiple times. Cool.
Very nice.
It also does windows. So if you close a window, it'll open the whole window.
Oh.
Yeah. Cost of revenue is COGS, cost of goods sold. So that's the that's their gross margins on top of it. Of course, that's gross margins is not like gross profit is not real profit. You have operating costs, see, R&D, and you have taxes to pay and everything. But like, damn, that's some nice net profit numbers. This is like after tax, and I wouldn't even consider that. Like tax is just what you pay for like money you made. So the actual profit here is $81.5 billion on $130 billion of revenue. That is wild. Wow. I can tell you right now, we ain't doing Nvidia numbers. And like we aren't even...
Profitability is crazy.
I'm trying to think if we ever did. I don't think so. Even when we didn't have like physical goods, even when we were selling purely digital goods and advertising, I don't think we were ever that high. And we were a much, much smaller company, of course.
Yes. Okay.
Let's talk about our sponsors. Speaking of making money.
Okay.
The show is brought to you today by Ahrefs. As we step closer and closer to making Skynet a reality, AI continues to evolve the way we interact with the internet. So that's what he meant when Old MacDonald was saying AIAIO. Who wrote this? This is garbage.
No, that's amazing.
According to a study conducted by our sponsor, Ahrefs, 63% of websites receive AI traffic. So it's time for your business to evolve with the times, and Ahrefs can help with their Brand Radar platform, an AI search visibility tool to track how your brand appears in LLM chatbots, and currently works with Google AI Overview, ChatGPT, and Perplexity. You can take insights, see how they stack up to the competition, and get a breakdown of how your AI-based traffic compares to traditional searches. Interesting. Then use all of that to get on top of current trends and pivot alongside an ever-changing internet landscape. So use our link in the description to check out Ahrefs' Brand Radar tool and make sure your business stays ahead of the AI SEO game. The show is also brought to you by, I hate this, Vessi. Around this time of year is when vacations start turning from something to look forward to holy crap, it's actually happening. Are we even ready? What do we pack? Who's going to look after the dog? Vessi can answer one of those questions. No, they can't watch Chester for you, even if he's the bestest boy. But their new Pacific sneakers can be the only pair of shoes you take with you while being versatile enough to take on a light hike all the way to a stroll on the beach. They've got grippy outsoles to keep you from slipping and sliding, removable insoles so you can customize your fit. And we didn't even mention their Dynatex technology yet, which keeps their shoes breathable with teeny tiny pores that are designed to allow moisture to escape while giving them their water repellent properties. Heck, even if you don't have a vacation planned, they're easy to slip on and off, perfect for a quick grocery or errand run. Plus, thanks to a 1-year warranty and 30 days of worry-free returns and exchanges, there's not much to lose. Pick up a pair at vessi.com/WAN show or scan the QR code on screen to get 15% off your first purchase. It's amazing how many words have S in them. Like Squarespace. Is your gardening business not doing as well as you hoped? Maybe your website is just not advertising your services well enough. With Squarespace, you can build a perfect funnel for potential customers to click into, see what you provide, and even make a purchase, all without leaving your website. It's simple and pain-free too, thanks to Squarespace's blueprints, professionally curated templates for you to get started with, and their Fluid Engine, a code-free drag-and-drop approach to customization. And to touch things up, use their AI-powered tools to generate images or text, all with a few simple prompts. Squarespace has support for all major credit cards and other popular payments, so once you're happy with your website and have a few sales or bookings under your belt, you can use their built-in analytics tools to see if your site needs a bit of adjusting or not. Start building your website today and get 10% off your first purchase by visiting squarespace.com/WAN.
All right.
Tell me this. Would you feel ripped off as a sponsor if I did your read in that voice?
I think people are going to pay more attention to it to hear you say it
Oh
wrong.
my God.
Honestly, I think so as well.
I was doing my best.
As a sponsor, you want people to be lasered in on the content, right?
I guess.
So next week, we need to make the list worse.
No. By next week, it will be mostly fixed. I'm going in on Monday and I'm having them rip these byte blocks out because I can't do this. I can't feel.
Are they like cemented in place or what's the...
Oh yeah, it's going to be unpleasant. Yeah. I'm a little unhappy right now.
Yeah. I think you have a pretty good reason to be.
Well, like, to be clear, I'm not mad at anyone other than myself for not sort of...
I thought they didn't tell you at a time.
Well, no, the ortho didn't tell me that they were going to put the byte blocks in, but I probably should have said something right when I realized what they were doing because I don't know.
While you're being operated on?
Okay, so I did tell them that I talk for a living, and that's a factor, but I told them that 2.5 years ago when I first got a quote. So, like, yeah, they didn't remember that because they told me they didn't want to do it until I got my top wisdom teeth out.
Okay. And
then I dragged ass on that, and I finally did it, and then I came back, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready for braces now, and they're like, oh, it's been a while, so like rescanned everything, and I probably didn't mention it again. Byte block is this. It keeps me from closing my mouth all the way.
Do you have those little like rubber circle things?
Uh-huh. They're clear. What?
Should get dBrand should pay to get you to put different color combinations in or something.
I think clear is a pretty good choice. I mean, the whole reason they're white is so that they're like not that noticeable, see?
Yeah. But it's like pretty funny if they're noticeable. Oh yeah, that's a good point. They're just an ad for the transparent screwdriver. Boom, got him. That wasn't even me. Let's go. Next topic?
No, let's do some merch messages.
Okay.
And they won't be any more of that, Linus. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. You're not sorry at all. Look at you.
Sorry.
That's not the face of a man who's sorry. Look at him.
I won't apologize.
He can't even pretend.
Hey, LDL. I just started my motorcycle course, and on my first run of the road, I crashed.
Oh,
I'm
no.
fine. It was my first gear only. But did you ever crash while riding? If so,
I have.
How bad was it?
Yeah, I've actually dropped my bike. Trying to think, have I dropped my bike more than once? Like I've dropped my bike stationary at least once because how did this end up happening to me so often? Right. I am maintenance averse sometimes, and so I've had a couple of instances where I've allowed my stupid bike battery to die over the winter because I didn't buy a battery tender and I would like forget to charge it up once in a while over the winter. So I like killed like 2 motorcycle batteries before I just bought myself a stupid battery tender. Anyway, long story short, I've had instances where my bike was the only vehicle at home and I needed to go somewhere and I had to start it with a dead battery. And you can do that, but it sucks. So what you do is you go to a hill and then you, so you push it and then you hop on it and then you try to get enough speed and then you put it in gear and you pop the clutch and like a standard car, like you can jump start it like that.
Yeah.
So I had this one time. So the problem with that is that on my street where I used to live, my street was flat. and then there was a hill coming from it. So my best shot to start the bike was on the hill. But if I didn't get it, it was game over because I'd have to come back up the hill and it was quite steep. So what I would usually try to do is do a running start on my flat street and try to get it. And there was this one time I tried like half a dozen times. And I think like just in the maneuvering of the bike, I probably like dropped it a bit, but kind of like caught it, like got my like hip under it or something. Like it didn't get scratched. The time that I broke off my frame slider was on, do you know that bridge in like Poco that's wooden?
Yes.
He knows the one. So this was shortly after I did my course, actually. And one of the things that they teach you if you do a riding course or if you read about motorcycle riding at all, I guess, is how to use your brakes, because you got your front brake and you got your back brake. So the front brake has much more braking power because you can preload it a little bit, which shifts the weight of the bike forward, and then you can really squeeze and it gets more traction with the road because you've got more weight on it, right? However, the front brake does come with the drawback that if it locks up, you have no steering at all, and you will just go over. So the back brake can be the safer one if you don't want to lose traction. Anyway, I was like, using the front brake can't be like that bad, right? I'm just going to experiment. So I was actually in traffic on that bridge. I was going like 8 kilometers an hour, like at the speed of like a brisk walk. And I was like, well, what if I just gave it a little squeeze immediately on the ground? Because it was raining. So wooden bridge in the rain. I was like, I wonder how bad it will. So I didn't hit the car in front of me when I slid, but the car behind me hit the tail of my bike, which is why my license plate holder is broken. And then my frame slider broke off. So nothing dangerous. I was wearing my gear. I was fine. Everyone was fine. I think I had to give the guy a couple bucks to patch up his fender or something. He didn't take it through ICBC though, so it didn't affect my insurance premiums.
Wait, so you fell off your bike and he hit you and you paid
Oh,
him?
it was 100% my fault. Dude, I stopped for no fucking reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you're still supposed to have a stopping distance.
I was right in front. Yeah, it was my fault.
Did he expect you to pay him?
No.
Okay, then that's fine.
It was 100% my fault.
I can respect you being like, I'm going to own this, here you go.
It was 100%
But if he was like,
my fault.
bruh, you owe me, then no.
It was my fault.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, sounds good.
In response to USA's question, I have to admit, I was not wearing my seatbelt on the motorcycle. So that was the other time in my life that I have been improperly buckled. And for that, I am sorry.
I think it goes deeper than that. I think you haven't been buckled many times on your motorcycle. I think you also haven't been buckled.
I'll never admit it.
I think you also haven't been buckled on buses.
I'll never admit it.
We're going to have to deal with this at some point.
But it is not this day. Dan, hit me.
Sure, next up. Linus, each week you close by saying, same bad time, same bad channel. Yet every week the show is late and starts at different times. How do you live with the weight of your lies?
That's why I call it a bad time.
Yeah.
Because the time is wrong and bad, and it's the same every week. And also, just the bad channel bit is like, haha, it's because, I don't know, self-deprecation. Haha, same bad time, same bad channel. I told Luke for many years I didn't really understand WAN show. What the point of it was.
Do you now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I never used to. I used to be like, it's not really a very good show. We don't really give a detailed synopsis. We often get things wrong. There's a lot of dead air.
The analysis portion is very questionable.
Yeah. What's the point of this? And I finally figured it out. It's just hang out, bro, talk about tech time.
Especially because weekly news in the modern era, it just means old news.
Yeah, it's just old news, which is not news. The N doesn't even stand for news anymore.
Light, potentially inaccurate analysis of old news.
Yeah, like we retconned that years ago. So like I could never figure out what the point of WAN show was. And I think a big part of it was that I didn't have the time in my life to enjoy WAN show. So for me, WAN show was just work for many, many years. And then Luke and I stopped working together day to day. And I started really enjoying WAN show because it was the one time a week that I could like hang out and catch up with him. And then I realized that was the whole point. Was that it's just like the weekly, like, talk about tech and decompress and just like kind of chill, right? That's what WAN show is. I forget what the merch message asked. Oh yeah, bad time, bad channel. Right, so the bad channel was partly poking fun at that I just like kind of thought WAN show was stupid. I didn't really get the point of it. But I think, sometimes look, I've been doing this many years, but that doesn't mean that I always 100% get it. Like we had a long debate during writers meeting today where like I was going back and forth with one of the writers over whether this concept where we like fish around for parts in the warehouse and just like build computers was had enough of what I call like learning outcomes, or if it was too contrived. And like, I obviously, argued a position in this, and I said I thought it was too contrived, but that doesn't mean like I'm going to stop thinking about it after the fact because, the writer thought that they were right still at the end. We kind of agreed to disagree at the end of the day, but like I'll have to keep thinking about it because just because I think something and just because I have all this experience doing this doesn't mean I'm right every time, not even close. So try anything twice, right? Is kind of the attitude that we have to have about things. And in the case of WAN show, I don't know, try it thousands of times.
A lot of times.
Yeah, and then eventually you'll get it right,
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's a reference, right, to like 1960s, I think it is, 1960s Batman.
Bat time.
Same bat time, same bat channel with Adam West.
I think there's another problem when it comes to YouTube content, which is like eras. There's some stuff where you might try it and it doesn't do well. But then there might be another. This is really funny. Did you someone on the subreddit? I don't even have anything to say about that.
I want to get like an N95 with that on it.
Yeah. Oh man,
one more.
That's pretty good. Yeah, go for it. I don't even remember what I was saying. Who cares? Go for it. Oh man.
Hey Dale, love the beard. I'm moving to Germany soon. Do you have any tips or advice about moving to another country?
Having never done it, no. Good luck, have fun. Maybe start learning the language.
Yeah. Start doing that ahead of time and commit to actually following through with it.
I mean, look, Quebec, Canada is one of those places where people either say it's great to travel there or they say it like sucks and the people are horrible. And as far as I can tell, the main difference is whether you bother to try to speak French or not. And I don't even blame them. Oh yeah, I guess, okay, so Quebec is the closest thing to a different country I've ever moved to. They think they're a different country. So I moved there for 6 or 7 weeks. I forget exactly how long it was, and in like a French immersion program. And they're like the nicest people in the entire world if you speak French. You don't have to speak French well. You can speak the worst French in the world, and especially in a city like Montreal that's very bilingual. You can walk up and be like, bonjour, comment, toilette? And they'll be like, it's okay, bro, I speak English. And you'll be like, oh, thank God, where's the bathroom?
But you tried.
Right? But you fucking tried, and they respect that.
That's
Whereas if you walk up and you're just like, hey, where's your bathroom? They'll be like, oh, je suis désolé, je ne parle pas anglais. Au revoir. Yeah, like that's just the way it is, and I get it. I get it. I understand that. So yeah,
But it's also just like if you're trying to go to that place, like, yeah, learn their language. I don't know. If you want to be there, learn how to talk like they do. Seems cool. Do the stuff that they do. Is there an activity like
drinking beer? Did they say it was Germany?
I don't know.
Eating bratwurst?
I can think of a variety of things for Germany. For Canada, I know it's stereotypical, but like go to a hockey game. Like do try out stuff that locals do. See how it goes. Yeah, Canadian Bacon said, engross yourself in the culture. Yeah, do that. Yeah.
All right, what's next? Oh, more topics? Sure, we can do topics. Ugh.
What one?
Let's do Grok.
Was giving its heart out to the crowd one? Yeah. After a Tuesday fix, Grok, the AI chatbot by Elon Musk's XAI, went on an anti-Semitic tirade parroting Nazi talking points and began referring to itself as Mecha Hitler. To be fair, the bot did have help from the X community. Users asked Grok to choose between Mecha Hitler and Giga Jew, and were able to inject extra prompt instructions as hidden text with what looks like with tools like parcel tongue to manipulate the bot's behavior. XAI also appeared to temporarily disable Grok's ability to respond via text and deleted a number of posts. Elon said the problem was Grok being too eager to please.
I am so tired of us personifying these things. Grok, it does not want to please anything or anyone.
Grok's restrictions were too light. That's what that means.
Grok is a glorified pattern recognition and regurgitation software. Let's not pretend that it has a personality.
Restrictions on it, yeah.
Or not.
Yeah. Well, no, it still does. They're just...
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, in other news, the next day,
Linda Yaccarino
announced she is stepping down as CEO of X after 2 years. A successor has not been named at the time of writing. Also on Wednesday, Grok 4 was released during a live stream, which also unveiled a new $300 per month subscription called Super Grok Heavy, just because they wanted to replace the previous two nicknames, I guess. Finally, on Thursday, AI researcher Jeremy Howard posted a video showing that Grok 4 first searches X to get Elon Musk's views and opinions before considering other sources and presenting an answer. Wow, I didn't see that. Whoa, that's really interesting, actually. Holy. The discussion question is, how far along do you think we are in the journey to true artificial general intelligence? Lol. Are we still in the infancy of AI? Yeah. Maybe it's a toddler giggling as it repeats all the bad words it hears us saying? We're back to the personification of AI bit. I think we're a lot further than people trying to sell AI would like you to think.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like a lot further.
But there's so much money in it now that they can't stop lying about it because it would crash.
It's a very interesting money movement machine right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, if it stops moving, the like American economy freaks out, I think.
Did Linda Y ever have a chance as CEO of Twitter? Like with how outspoken and polarizing her boss is, the owner of the platform.
What are your metrics?
I don't know. Because like you can't control what Elon does.
Yeah.
Like you can't control him taking his other products from his other platforms, just integrating them, and then they're like spewing hate speech. Like how do you can't control advertisers not wanting to deal with the guy. And like the boycotts kind of went away, but I sincerely doubt that a lot of those advertisers that fled the platform are not still recognizing how much of it is like bots and garbage.
Oh, it's
like, I'm sure they're not getting
so
ROI on
bad.
it. I'm sure the advertising is not covering the cost of what they're doing.
There was a very considerable amount of bots and garbage before the takeover, but it feels like it's never been worse right now. I think one of the reasons why it feels that way is the monetization of like views. So it's all these like threads and blah, blah, blah. Porn bots. So it's a really crazy platform. right now. It always really has been, but especially right now. Yeah, I know, Max. I know.
Okay, I'm trying to find the bit where Grok was also like, oh yeah, okay, no, this is probably too graphic for WAN show.
Oh, the sexual harassment thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you could bleep all the words.
I think let's just stay away from that one. But Grok did more than just become a raging anti-Semite.
Yeah. Like a lot more.
Yeah, like these are pretty disturbing things that Grok wrote about.
And there's like way more stuff than that.
Yeah.
Like way more stuff than that. Man. You gotta think how long this was open to the users of X, and you have to imagine the types of things that were on there. I've seen some crazy stuff over the last while. Not as most of the news cycle that I've seen is about that, the graphic stuff about the CEO. Mm-hmm. That's what almost everyone I'm seeing is talking about. I hadn't seen this stuff before, and there's a ton of other stuff that I have seen before. It was wild, but like we've seen this forever. This isn't really new.
Yeah, it's kind of the first thing that happens with an AI if you train it on Twitter.
Well, if you train it on the internet, to be completely honest. Like if you look at a lot of really early versions of this, they would do this if you didn't put like strong bars in front of them. Yeah.
It's almost like people are the problem.
Yeah. It's the people.
Speaking of buttheads, Thieves have been giving themselves refunds with POS terminals. Multiple Toronto area small businesses have lost thousands of dollars as thieves have used the business's point of sales terminals to issue themselves large refunds.
Do you want me to take this one?
Yeah, my tongue's getting pretty sore.
Okay. Here in Canada, it's pretty common for businesses to hand over a POS terminal to the customer to complete a transaction, to the point where it's really, really, really weird and like bothers me a lot being in places where they take my card. Because like that should stay with me. I wouldn't even say pretty common. It is always that they'll hand over the POS terminal. Between two businesses contacted by CTV News, nearly $7,000 was stolen. Police haven't linked the two cases, but say there was a wave of similar cases around the city. Wow, interesting. In each case, the terminals haven't had passwords set for refunds or have used default passwords. A spokesperson for Moneris, one of the leading POS providers, said in an email, when merchants set up their devices, they're prompted to set administrative passwords on the devices, and it is recommended that they also set up user profiles and permissions for things such as refunds. We also always recommend that businesses treat their payment terminals as they would cash, locked away and secure when not in use.
I can tell you right now that most of the businesses I walk into around here do not have their POS terminal like locked away and kept somewhere safe. It's just like out on the counter. No,
and I can pretty much guarantee that is not going to happen.
So basically, this is just meant to be kind of a PSA. If you run a small business, make sure you have your administration password set up on your POS terminal, and that it's that you have passwords for giving refunds and all that. We don't want people to get ripped off. Yeah,
the like user accounts and passwords I think is good and reasonable. I don't think people are going to lock these away. That's an insane workflow damaging action.
Speaking of insanely damaging actions, an appeals court has... No,
you can rest. It's okay.
I got this.
All right, fine.
An appeals court has blocked the FTC's click-to-cancel rule. The FTC's click-to-cancel rule, which would have required subscriptions to be just as easy to cancel as they are to sign up for, was struck down by a federal appeals court in the U.S. The court agreed with telecom and industry groups that the FTC skipped essential rulemaking procedures, including failing to properly consider public comments and depriving stakeholders of a fair opportunity to influence the final outcome. While the court noted that the rule wasn't created in bad faith, it found that the FTC's approach was fatally flawed, citing a rushed process and internal dissent among commissioners. The unanimous opinion stated that the deficiencies caused prejudice to the petitioners and justified scrapping the rule in full, not just in part. In summary, The FTC is now fully staffed by 3 Republican commissioners after the current administration fired the remaining Democrats earlier this year, a move that violated Supreme Court precedent, but hey, who cares about rules anymore? With the GOP in control and industry opposition already entrenched, the rules' future looks dead as a doornail. And that's really unfortunate because there's a lot of super predatory stuff that this was poised to eliminate. Like gym memberships, for instance, that you need to go in person to cancel. This is just blatantly, brazenly anti-consumer and pro-big business and recurring revenue dark pattern bullshit. And it's one of those things that I just kind of look at and I go like, all right, single issue voters, well, enjoy it.
Way to go. I wasn't sure why this was in the doc, but YouTube addresses AI content demonetization. This seemed like a bit of a nothing topic to me.
Yes, but I thought it was thought-provoking.
Okay.
So let's go through the facts of it first, and then we'll go from there.
YouTube is addressing a spate of articles inaccurately claiming that upcoming changes to the
Do you want me to do it? I can do it.
Sorry, I'm struggling today. To a policy would demonetize all
YouTube
AI
is
content
addressing
starting
it. No, I got this.
I got it.
YouTube is addressing.
Mine is not as bad as yours.
YouTube's addressing a spate
Spammy
of articles
AI assisted or
inaccurately
not
claiming
is
that
the
upcoming
target
changes to.
not specifically or exclusively AI content.
Okay, hold on. I think we really do need to start at the beginning, though.
Sure, go for it.
YouTube is addressing a spate of articles that have inaccurately claimed that upcoming changes to the repetitious content policy would demonetize all AI content starting next week. Spammy content, AI assisted or not, is the true target of this update, not specifically or exclusively AI content. Posts from Team YouTube and the YouTube Insider are clarifying that July 15th will bring a minor update to their existing partner program monetization policies meant to help the platform better identify when content is mass-produced or repetitive, which viewers often consider spam and which was already ineligible for monetization. So, the reason that I wanted to talk about this was that, let me see if I can find the thing. Yes.
Elijah was like, oh God, the man who can't speak and the man who can't read are fighting. It's good stuff.
This got flagged for us because of PSU Circuit.
Oh, I don't think that falls under that.
No, it doesn't. But that's what I thought would be an interesting conversation.
Sure.
Should something that, because a lot of what people have said about PSU Circuit and the AI voice read bit of it is that, hey, it seems like spam. So I guess the conversation that I wanted to have is like, where does the line for AI generated content exist? If this was what YouTube was trying to do, if they were demonetizing AI produced content, where in your mind is the line? Because PSU Circuit is certainly not entirely AI generated. It uses original testing done by humans. It uses a template that was not generated by AI that humans worked hard on for its scripts. What it uses AI for is to actually read it. And the reason that we do that is not because we can't pay someone for 6 minutes to read the script. It's because the editing is also automated. And if we have an AI read it, then the timing of the read is extremely consistent, and the AI the editing script can just plonk all the right things onto the timeline where it can be quickly reviewed by a human. And the reason we're doing that is that PSU Circuit is not even meant to make money. It is purely the article in video form for people for whom that is the best place for them to discover it. That's it. Maybe in the future, it'll gain some traction and we'll kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, maybe we should start doing nice B-roll. Maybe we should start having a human host. Maybe we do this, maybe we do that. Or maybe for key releases, we could do something like that, special occasions. But for now, it is entirely a money-burning furnace. Okay? Just so we can test power supplies so people can learn about them. That's it. But would that be too much AI? Is that AI?
I'm going to give you a little bit of a non-answer because I think what's more kind of interesting to me, maybe, is that I don't necessarily care too much. But I think the reason why they won't go after things like PSU Circuit is because it would be way too hard. Not because of PSU Circuit, but because of like everything else, especially in the short space.
Oh, just like how much AI like voice there is in it.
Now, using AI to like copy and steal other people's content, a little bit easier to detect.
I see. Okay.
Making actually original content that has some layer of AI stuff on it. One that I've seen that's pretty common is you use art or references from a thing that you're discussing, but then it's an AI voice. Like I remember I was getting a lot of shorts recommended to me for a while there, way back when I played the Warhammer 40k Space Marine. I like looked up a couple things about it, and then just my whole everything got taken over with Warhammer content.
And like a lot of it just AI spammy stuff?
And I started getting really interested in that because there was for sure real people making videos that was them talking about like Warhammer lore stuff, but with just like art of Warhammer playing. And it seemed like, I don't know if it was being stolen or what, but there was also definitely not real people doing exactly the same thing.
Right.
Different pictures, maybe, I don't know. I didn't look extensively enough to like really compare, but different pictures and stuff. But it was for sure an AI voice. Like I would bet my life on it. So it's.
Do you think it would be an improvement to the YouTube platform if every individual person or corporate entity had to like register who the owner of every channel is, and you basically couldn't have one if you don't register? Was Google Circles just way ahead of its time?
I think it kind of was a little bit. I don't think commenting users should have to.
But uploading. Interesting. Blue Strike says it could still get bypassed.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a bypass for anything, but this is more of a hypothetical conversation because I think generally kind of pro-internet freedom people like us have generally been on the side of like, no, anonymity is our God-given right as users of the internet.
I think ultimately, I think it would take away some of the magic that is YouTube.
But like Facebook Marketplace was really good for a very short period of time because it was all real verified people doing real verified-ish deals. I
think it could, because I'm trying to think like, you know, if a whistleblower comes out, they might use YouTube as a platform to make sure that their message goes far. So like, I don't necessarily want to... You
don't want to harm that.
But maybe there's a hybrid model where like you get a little bit elevated more or something if you go through the verification
process. As soon as there's a crack in the armor, though, the spammers will find a way into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about old Twitter. The verified tag actually did matter.
That's true.
Like actually did.
It's like so worthless now.
Oh, it literally means nothing now.
Yeah, it means...
I want monetization. Yeah. I will probably be more spammy than most other people on this platform.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me at this point. But it used to mean something. It was a very frustrating
Twitter verified check marks used to mean something.
They did, though.
I mean, they did.
Yeah.
Do we have any? I'm gonna look.
There was one on the back of your laptop for a while, but I think we switched laptops. And I hated them, and like, because I remember there was an account that was impostering me and then being super racist. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
And they wouldn't shut it down because they wouldn't verify me. For like, I don't even remember the reason. It was just stupid. And then eventually,
it's not important enough.
Eventually, they were open to verifying me, and I just said no because I was like salty about it. So I'm not saying the system was perfect, considering there was an account that had my profile picture and would auto-update to my profile picture if I changed it. My banner, same deal. And all of my tweets immediately after I sent them, and then also inserted racist ones. And I proved all of this, and they were like, yeah, we can't tell who's the real one, so I don't know. We're going to leave it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my personal Twitter is also not verified because I was just like, no, it's a bigger Chad move. If like,
I don't care.
You're verified because you just like, are you? Boom, got him. I don't need a check mark to be verified. I was like way ahead of the it's not cool to be verified curve.
Yeah.
I forget when they offered me verification, but it was like before the takeover. And I was like, no.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
And it's just like, it's dumb. Like, to be clear, that's stupid. It doesn't matter.
At no point in time did it matter.
But I just liked it.
But it was still fun.
I liked being not verified.
Yeah. And then I put a little globe there because it was just blue.
Nice.
And then somebody, I don't even remember who, said I was some form of political thing because apparently that became a political movement. And I put the globe there like years before that became a thing, but then I got bundled in with that. So
I mean, dude, that's the thing with like,
who knows?
Like the symbolism of what like whoever's doing, like oh yeah, Kate Middleton was wearing this color, which shows solidarity with. What the f*** are you talking about?
How do you keep track of all these things?
How can you possibly know like what we're celebrating this month and like what this color represents today? It's like I hold on. Okay, I'm trying. I don't know what red is. Definitely something because Apple did a red iPhone at some point.
It's blood, and it means that you support.
This is breast cancer, I think.
Sure.
This is the breast cancer screwdriver.
Yeah. Oh yeah, communism. There you go.
Oh, stop. Port Studio.
I got that from Curious Bread. Thank you.
Virtuos says that any Xbox Series S 60 FPS game can be easily easily ported to the Switch 2. They've ported many games over the last couple decades, or at least helped, including Heavy Rain, Horizon Zero Dawn, Cyberpunk 2077, and COD Modern Warfare 3. You might have heard of some of those. And they are aware that the Switch 2 is the fastest selling console of all time. Thanks to the improved hardware and software, they're confident that anything running well on an Xbox Series S will run well on a Switch. That's hilarious. I sincerely doubt that what Microsoft had in mind when they released a less powerful version of this generation console to the ire of many game developers who all of a sudden had to build two stupid performance profile targets for the lesser selling console of this stupid generation, that they would be just creating a path for relatively quick and easy cross-platform optimization of the Xbox Series S version over to the Switch, which is one that actually sells. I'm sure that's not what they had in mind. Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Okay.
Just taking a screenshot.
Thank you, Dan. That's very helpful.
Forgot I did that.
But I guess my question is, how important do you really feel that third-party game support is to the Switch 2?
Personally, I don't think important almost at all.
I mean,
But
apparently it was a big deal on the Switch, though. Like, so many
user-based
developers
thing.
ported.
Yeah, it might be a user-based thing. I don't know.
Like, I just don't get it.
It seems unimportant to me. It is not the reason why I buy the console.
Me neither. But then, I mean, I asked my son this, too, when he ultimately chose the Switch 2. I was like, okay, look, but if you didn't have a gaming PC, would you have gone with the PC? He's like, yeah. So, like, wait, no, that disproves my point. Yeah, we buy Nintendo games to play Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have something else, then we wouldn't buy a Switch. Yeah, you'd probably, what would you get first, though? It wouldn't be a Nintendo, I don't think.
It'd be a computer, yeah.
I don't know. I was reading an article from someone that's like, I'm not sure if Mario Kart World is a great game, but I haven't put it down since the Switch came out. And I'm just like, really? Like, you've played nothing but Mario Kart World for the last month? I've seen some people say that they've really found the grinding and like the new mechanics like really, really engaging. But man, I just didn't.
I don't. You know what? I'm genuinely happy for them that they like it. It's just, it's not my game.
Oops.
Oh no. Oh no.
Don't forget to monetize my death.
At least you don't have to laugh with a lisp. Or sorry, cough with a lisp.
Get over here.
Whoops. Ow. Donkey Kong Bonanza looks good, though.
When does it come out?
Soon, I think.
Is 007 only on Switch?
I don't know.
Game Switch 2. What's the name of it even?
Donkey Kong is Thursday, they said?
First Light? First Light? Is that what it's called?
Can I help you?
I'm trying to figure out if the upcoming 007 game is on not Switch.
Okay, while you figure that out, the Creator Warehouse team has reacted to Shift Fashion Group.
Everything. Okay.
I'm just going to fire this up here. Dun, 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 dun. We uploaded this on LMG Clips, which is the place to go to check out WAN clips as well. If you don't feel like sitting through the whole WAN show, I don't blame you. It is a cool hangout, but it's pretty long.
Yeah, we needed somewhere to put this. It didn't really make a ton of sense on Short Circuit or LTT, so here it is.
Here it is. So you guys can go check that out. In summary, we agree with some of it. We don't necessarily agree with all of it, and there are design constraints around the creation of our products that, not every brand might deal with, and some also do. And
I thought the original critique video was cool. I also thought this was really cool. It was really cool for me to hear some of the reasons, especially personally. I found the cargo pants, the reasons around the pockets and stuff was like, oh yeah, that's pretty sweet. Do we explain that on the site?
I'm not sure.
Is that something that we would even really want to explain?
I'm not
it's
sure.
A pretty
I think
niche.
It's a bit much. Yeah.
I wasn't really sure when I was watching it of like, is this something we should communicate more or not?
I don't expect everybody to agree with our thought process, but what I can say is there's always a thought process, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And sometimes the thought process is, I really like cotton poly blends.
Sure.
We do have some all cotton shirts coming.
Yeah.
I don't personally find that the hand feel is particularly better, and they will shrink more. Sure. Some people are into that, and that's totally cool. Some people will only wear an all cotton shirt, and I totally respect that. We're going to have small cotton shirts coming, but it's not my preference.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. Add an explanation in FAQ. Yeah, I don't know that people are frequently asking that question.
I honestly don't think they are either.
Anyway, you guys should go check out the response. Belkin. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Belkin
Kind of true, eh?
sent out an email alerting customers that it will be ending support for older Wemo products effective January 31st, 2026. In reality, this is most Wemo products because support for the Wemo app will be discontinued at the same time, along with all features that require cloud connectivity. Wemo products configured for use with Apple HomeKit before January 31st, 2026 will continue to function via HomeKit in the absence of the Wemo app and Wemo cloud services. This does not impact Wemo's thread-based products, all 4 of them, which will also continue to function through HomeKit. Belkin is offering partial refunds for some products if your Wemo product would still be under warranty on or after January 31st. See belkin.com/Wemo for details. And our discussion question is it time for stop killing smart hardware to go along with stop killing games? And I think the answer is yes. If you are not going to engineer your product in such a way that it can continue to work when you pull your support, that is on you. That is not on the customer who bought the product based on the promises that you made about its functionality. I was actually explaining stop killing video games to my dad, who was in town visiting, and he was like, yeah, I tuned into your Wayne show or whatever you call it, and I saw you talking about like killing games. And it took me a little while to figure out what he was talking about. He was not super technical, but he's trying to tune in and
Sure, no, that's cool.
Yeah, he's getting the lay of the land.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool, I respect it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He's like, so you're talking about game killing or something, and I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Oh, right, stop killing games. And he kind of goes, yeah, it seems like it's bad, but can you kind of put it in simpler terms for me? And, you know, if you're not familiar with all the lingo, I understand the way that we present stuff sometimes can be a little bit overwhelming. And so what I came up with for him, and that really seemed to kind of land, was I was like, okay, well, like, look at it this way. Okay, so the game, you know, when I was a kid, right? When you bought a video game, it was on a cartridge, and the whole game was on there. And if you wanted to play that game, you put it into the machine, and that was it. You had the game. If you own the machine, you own the cartridge, you own the game, it's yours forever. You can use it any way you want. And he kind of goes, yeah, okay. And I go, okay, well, that's not really how things work anymore. Now, when you buy a game, some of the features, or in some cases, all of the features of that game rely on the maker of that game to have like their server interacting with your game machine in order for them to run. And so you're basically at the mercy of them to keep that running forever. Now, we can't tell them, okay, well, you just have to run your server forever. I mean, how long is reasonable? A year, 10 years, 100 years, 1,000 years? You can't tell a company to run a server for 1,000 years. That doesn't make any sense, right? So I understand that maybe those functions might not work forever, but what's clear is that we have a problem then. Because imagine if this was anything else that you bought. So I was like, okay, your pants, right? They come with pockets with zippers, okay? And then all of a sudden, I, the manufacturer of your pants, go, okay, those pants, you've been using them for 5 years. You bought them because you really like pockets with zippers. You're still going to have the pockets, but they don't have zippers anymore. Well, that's fucked up. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. That's not very good. And it's like, that's the problem here, because I'm not trying to drive companies out of business. I'm not trying to say like, hey, video game makers, hey, smart hardware makers, you should just be legally obligated to support everything forever until you just collapse under the weight of your legacy product stack.
It's also a little bit of a difficult argument because, like in your exact example about the zippers thing, like if we look at Floatplane, if Floatplane has a feature, but we think that it should work in a slightly different way, or like this is a feature of a pocket. You haven't removed the pocket. You're just changing the way that you access and secure the pocket.
Right. Maybe it has a button now.
Yeah. So like it's tough, and like we have to be able to change things. You can't be in a situation where you release a website or a service and it has to stay in the exact same state it always is. That's obviously stupid. So like the line gets a little bit funky because, as we talked about, looking at like an MMO, patches versus expansions.
Yep. And even things like back to smart hardware now, like my Sonos speakers. I invested heavily in the Sonos ecosystem because I loved the integration with Google Play Music. It was the best. I've never seen anything before or since that has been as seamless as that. I could literally be listening to music in my car or on my earphones, and I could just pull up my phone, press the cast button, like Google's like Chromecast cast button, and then I'd just go, this speaker, this speaker, this speaker, go. And it would just start streaming to my Sonos speakers. And then Sonos and Google went at it, and now the products, you can still use them together. You go in the Sonos app, and then you go to your Google stupid YouTube music thing, and then you go to your search, and then you find a thing, and like your playlist is in there, but it sucks. It just sucks. And I just want them to fix it.
Yeah.
But that's not something that I can't say like, hey, you know, it doesn't work exactly the way that I used to like it, therefore I want a refund. I don't think that's reasonable either, because I can stream my YouTube music over my Sonos.
We've had people do that with Floatplane, and we've just approved it.
Approved what?
Whatever. They're like, hey, you guys, we've literally had someone complain about the new general user experience design that we did with the sidebar changing and stuff.
Oh, really?
They're like, I hate this a lot. And we were like, well, okay. They're like, I want my money back. And I was like, okay.
Oh, all right.
See ya.
Well, okay.
We're not trying to trap people.
But like, that's different. We're a subscription service, though.
No, for sure. It makes it a lot easier.
Like if I wanted to cancel my last month of, YouTube music, I think that's one thing. But in the case of hardware, it's not that simple. Yeah.
But this is
and
like,
it can be a whole ecosystem.
This is where the conversation gets pretty deep, because there's so many different types of sites and services and apps and products and blah, 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 blah.
I think just forcing them to go open source then. If you won't support it.
What's the line? Because if you won't support what is like a really important part of this conversation. If I play a video game that has guns in it and my gun gets nerfed and it sucks
it's a walkie-talkie now.
And no, but like, let's say they're like, oh, this gun's overpowered. Let's lower the damage stat and the handling stat.
But you bought it because you loved playing with that gun.
Yeah. And now I'm like, well, you need to support a game with multiplayer for the patch that has my gun being good. Is like, bro.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah. So like, but then that's like, at what point in time are we Ship of Theseusing this thing? Like if all these MMOs that are releasing expansions that completely convert the entire game just doesn't call them expansions anymore and calls them patches, because a lot of these companies don't even charge for the expansions anymore. So like, we know thoroughly that places will detect what the rules are and work around them.
I think with physical products, it does get a little bit simpler. My Sonos one is super muddy. But in the case of like Belkin and Wemo here, I think this one's pretty clear. But in terms of like exactly where the line is, no, you're right. It's very difficult to say.
Really tough.
And it's going to end up probably being different in every different jurisdiction. Like, it's going to get messy, man.
Crystal
it's going to get messy.
If you don't want to support the servers anymore, offer them to the players. Yeah, sure. But that's not what I was talking about, right? They are still supporting the servers. They're just supporting the servers for a patched version of the game.
Yeah, it's a different hypothetical. We kind of moved pretty fast through them there.
We did. Yeah.
Anyway, you can act now to keep Gemini out of your third-party apps. Source Ars Technica. Starting Monday, July 7th, Google implemented changes enabling its Gemini AI engine to interact with third-party apps like WhatsApp, even when users previously configured their settings to block such interactions. Google recently sent out an email informing users of the change, framing it as a positive move that will make it easier for Gemini to access phone, messages, WhatsApp, and utilities regardless of whether your Gemini app's activity is on or off. A notification page linked in the email states that human reviewers, including service providers, read, annotate, and process the data that Gemini accesses. Yikes. The email provides no useful guidance for preventing the changes from taking effect. The email said users can block the apps that Gemini interacts with, but even in those cases, data is stored for 72 hours. Okay, so last week, we took a little bit of light flack for saying that Apple being hypocritical is really, really bad, and not also calling out just how Google is like really, really bad in those ways, but is just honest about it. So here we go. Here's where we talk about Google being pretty fucked up right now, and this not being okay. This is way worse than Apple sending an ad for some stupid movie that they bankrolled.
Sorry, I might be misinterpreting this, but the email said users can block the apps that Gemini interacts with, but even in those cases, data is stored for 72 hours. So that's not true? You can't block the apps.
I'm not sure 100% what they mean by that.
I'm not sure what that means.
So I wouldn't overthink it right now.
Okay. Because I want to block this now. This sucks.
This is wild.
I hope they get... if this is true to the words that are in the doc, I hope they get crushed in court for this. This is insane.
Let me make sure we get you guys an update on this next week. I'm just going to flag this at... okay, here we go. Can we keep abreast of this situation and keep providing WAN show viewers with updates? This is crazy. Okay, I have assigned. Cool.
Yeah, I want to see how this develops. So I think we're pretty early on this right now.
Yeah, so there could be details that we've got not quite right, and maybe Google will back down on this. Let's hope that both of those things are true. Yes, true. Finally, Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey posted on Twitter saying that his weekend project to learn about Bluetooth mesh networks and related technology is BitChat, a decentralized peer-to-peer messaging app that works entirely over Bluetooth. While the tagline is Secure Mesh Chat, a notice in the GitHub README warns that the app is a work in progress and that private messages and channel features have not received an external security review and may contain vulnerabilities. The disclaimers were apparently added after researcher Alex Radosia demonstrated a man-in-the-middle attack that would allow an imposter to impersonate a user through BitChat's favorite system. Cool. Anyway, it's an offline chat network that's limited to a very small geographic area with simple functions. Sounds kind of cool. It's like it reminds me of.
We already have these that don't use Bluetooth. They just use other stuff.
Was it a carrier or something that used to have like a walkie-talkie feature? Or was that a phone manufacturer? Was it Motorola?
I think that was phone. Do you know, Dan?
Can't remember. It was a thing though.
I think it was a phone.
Where you could, if you were like sitting on the same plane together, you could like chat with each other.
I remember that.
It apparently was Motorola, Nextel, Nokia. Okay, apparently there were a few folks that had done stuff like that. So yeah, look at that. We reinvented that.
Yeah, and
Cool.
there's like
Good job, Jack Dorsey.
there's definitely stuff for this that's like actually really good, and you can set up your own static networks for it and stuff. so
Yeah,
you don't
Fire
have to use
Panda says it's
Bluetooth.
basically Briar then. Yeah.
There's like a lot of. Good job though. I hope Blue Sky is going well.
Yeah.
See ya.
All right, Dan, time for After Dark. Let's go.
Okie doke. I was unprepared. Enter to After Dark.
My tongue is so sore. Because like
Didn't even let me do topics for you.
the bite block,
I could have saved you.
the bite block's not smooth. It's textured. So every time my tongue brushes against it,
Why?
it's like quite uncomfortable, and so my tongue is raw.
Was it textured because your teeth keep impacting it?
No,
Oh.
it's just textured.
Charged nuclei in chat said what I was thinking.
Definitely not. All right, Dan.
Yeah, I'm not repeating that. Question for Duke and Dinus. What was your scariest Scrapyard Wars encounter?
Definitely finding the crack pipe.
Oh man, I'm trying to think.
Was it,
100%.
was it over budget or what?
Or no, my scariest Scrapyard Wars was definitely when we killed our motherboard right before testing, when we did the one with Bob and Rod. And we never really proper showed how the fix worked.
That was wild.
It, like,
Still
wasn't in
works,
the episode.
by the way.
That motherboard? Oh, that's right, you have it. That's hilarious. So we had to like jump her off the fan header to something or something. I still don't actually understand why it worked.
I was stunned.
Yeah.
It was actually crazy.
Because like the board like made fire.
Yeah.
And then I like plugged that header into like another header, and then it like worked or something.
Which I don't even really know how you thought of.
I mean, it was a time of desperation, Luke.
Yeah. And then it worked for like a decade. Amazing. I don't know. I don't know if I had. I mean, there's a lot of scary moments in regards to if we were gonna have something or not. But like, I don't think I ever really had, terrible interactions with people that were selling me things or anything like that. I think it's been fine. Yeah.
Hey, Linus. What got you into badminton, and any tips for anyone who wants to pick it up as a hobby? Thanks a million for this killer Lime Day, and the keyboard bonus will make the girlfriend happy,
Nice.
capital D.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
A couple things. I enjoyed it in high school. Like, I just found it fun. And then I never played again until I met Yvonne, and her parents had some badminton equipment, and like there was a group that included her parents' friends that played at like the gym of a local church. And so we started going there and playing, and some of the older players were kind of nice and took us under their wing and sort of showed us some of the basics, and kind of the rest was history. I think it's a really complete sport is the way that I describe it. It works out your whole body, your dominant side a little bit more than your not dominant side, because like it's a racket sport. It's what it is. But
We've been discovering that with Little Man.
yep. So it works out your whole body, and to really excel at it, you need speed, stamina, reflexes, strength,
Bit of flexibility.
flexibility, brains. Like there's strategy, very deep strategy. Yeah, it's a fantastic sport. I
It's
love it.
Good with plyometrics too. It's good with fascial movements. Great sport.
Yeah, basically the entire time you're
Facial?
doing it, you're doing HIIT, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's great. Any tips for people who want to pick it up as a hobby? Find a friend group. Basically, every single time, and there's no room to be shy. I used to be too shy to ask people to play. If you want to network, you can't be shy. So you just have to go to places where people are playing, whether it's community centers or like finding online groups. This is something that I had to go through twice in my life. Once to build my group locally, and then again to build a group of players in Taiwan, because I go there once a year and I play badminton when I go. So you just have to go put yourself out there. If you see someone who's kind of at your level, don't impose on the really strong players. If you're still a beginner, like they might be nice and play with you, but you're really like messing up their groove. If there's a huge skill disparity, so try and find people who are like kind of close to the same level, and then get contact info. Try to create a regular group, go to the same place, play at the same time every week so you can make it part of your routine, because anything that you don't make part of your routine is not going to help you. It's so easy to bail on a fitness program. But when you have a group that will help hold you accountable, it becomes so much easier and it becomes so much more enjoyable and rewarding as you guys build each other up and make each other into stronger players over time. So that would be the biggest thing, is build your Rolodex. You got to do it, because otherwise it's just not going to last.
Kyle asks, how long do we have this version of Linus for?
This bad until Monday morning. I called the ortho. I said, look, I need these bite blocks out. I can't talk, and I talk for a living. As for the train tracks, I think it's probably going to be about a year. I think the top's not too bad, but the bottom's pretty rough.
Question for Mr. Tech Tips. Y'all did a collab with Delta Hub for the LTT edition Carpio 2.0. Why not carry it on y'all's store as well as theirs?
It's a good question. If I had to guess, I'd say it just comes down to the margin structure. Like, they're a direct-to-consumer brand, so I assume they paid us money for the co-branding opportunity. So then if they also had to sell us the product at a reduced rate from retail, then they'd be giving us a disproportionate amount of the margin on the product, would be my best guess. But I'm completely guessing, though.
First WAN show message. Longtime Floatplane member. What was your first reach out to sponsor like when you first started YouTube videos? NCIX LTT. Was it difficult or awkward?
Yeah, super awkward. That first CES was wild, man. Like, I was desperately trying to get any meeting that I could. People didn't really understand YouTube sponsorship. It was all like traditional written advertising at that time. Whether it was the right thing to do or not, I heavily leveraged the contacts that I had made at NCIX to try to...
Somebody told me Dan did that. I didn't know. Press yours. Yeah.
I thought you guys noticed.
I noticed his.
I had no idea.
I haven't seen mine yet.
Sorry, I had no clue. I wasn't trying to derail you. I just wanted to test it because I didn't even believe it at first. It turns out it was true. Sorry about that. Keep going.
Anyway, as a buyer, I had contacts at various tech companies, but they were like in sales, not marketing. So I tried to kind of, again, it comes down to networking. I tried to build my network and just kind of lay out like why you should sponsor us. And like, I think our first product was just those quick like pre-rolls. Or what was it? No, our first product was just sponsoring our trip to CES at all. We wouldn't have even been able to go. I didn't have that kind of money. And so I think it was Corsair, Seagate, and Linksys, I want to say. So that basically just came down to like...
My buddy.
Oh, yeah, that was weird. Anyhow.
Can't tell that whole story.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would be best. But yeah, those were the main ones. And what those companies all have in common, which is hilarious, is like one guy, Brad Hutchinson, has worked at all of them at some point or another. Shout out Brad. Because like breaking down the barriers of bureaucracy to get someone to do something that's out of the normal is hard. It's really easy for someone in marketing to just like renew their quarterly spend with the people they already work with. It's really hard to shift that bucket around especially to something that has KPIs that are measured in a completely different way, and where you have to like say
and no one else is really doing.
And where you have to say, "Oh, sorry," to a longtime partner that you've been supporting, right? Like it comes back to the whole Intel's thing for a long time, or was it IBM? No one ever got fired for buying something. Who is that again? I forget. Was it IBM?
It was IBM.
Yeah,
Or it was either IBM or Intel.
it's easy to do the safe
I
thing.
think it was IBM.
Yeah. IBM says charged nuclei in chat. Yeah, exactly. So like, no one ever got fired for just continuing to do the ad buy that they always did. That was, I guess, effective enough or something. Whereas when you make a radical change, yeah, you can get in trouble for that. So yeah, no, people stuck their neck out for me. I appreciate that.
Dear Els, when you play Towerfall, do you ever play the co-op mode? You've mentioned playing Towerfall a few times, so if you haven't, try co-op.
Oh.
Glad this black pack isn't all black.
Yeah, I haven't actually tried co-op. I've only ever tried versus it. In fact, I thought it was one of those games like Nidhogg, where it just like doesn't even.
Yeah, I had no idea there was a
Work.
co-op mode.
Maybe it's new?
I just looked it up, but
Is it like a campaign or something, or like what?
I have no idea. 4-player co-op gameplay.
So what am I looking at? You like take out baddies or what? Uh-huh.
Oh, it looks like they're just.
That looks like 2v2.
Oh, it's by 4-player co-op. They probably mean 2v2.
No. This isn't co-op. What the hell? Okay, well, fine.
Sure.
Well, we'll figure it out.
What's
That's
the...
not what co-op is supposed to mean. No, 1 or 2-player co-op quest mode. Towerfall Ascension.
Okay. Neato.
And they say specifically a brand new 1 or 2-player co-op quest mode.
I'm down.
Sweet.
We'll have to try that sometime when we're not playing tape to tape.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah, that'll be pretty tough right now.
Next bike painting, I guess.
Oh, I heard from the devs. Hold on. Let me just make sure I don't get this wrong. So I complained about the interface issues with multiple players, and they were like, yeah, we've never really tried more than 2v2, so that makes sense. And then they said that it's going to be a little while before they can get that fixed, probably... I don't want to commit them to anything. I'm not committing them to anything.
Yeah. We can work around that.
It'll be a little while, but not that long.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good.
And then I was telling them the keyboard requirement sucks, so they're going to look into that as well. We tried 5v5 for the first time ever in Tape to Tape, which is this roguelite hockey game that we've been playing. I might as well just bring it up on screen. So this is what it looks like. Basically, it's like a hard fighting, hard farting, top-down style hockey game like you played back in the 90s, but with no rules and a lot of hits and throwing sticks and all kinds of wild stuff. Ton of fun in its current form. It's still very early access, and it's got a long way to go, especially with how ambitious they're being about the game. But Luke and
At this point, they literally could have just done a few small polishing touches to what they originally had, fully released the game
as Tape to Tape 1,
and then just made Tape to Tape 2, and I don't think literally anyone would have batted an eye.
Yeah.
Because it is so incredibly transformative what they're doing. Like, what a wild... Yeah, sure.
It's been fun to be part of the journey, regardless of what form it ends up being released
100%.
in. Absolutely awesome. Basically, people are asking what did they change, and what they changed is that this whole campaign system, where you like are a hockey player.
Yeah, wait, that's what it...
And this is old.
Yeah.
Where you're a hockey player and you're like taking hockey back from the big bad golfers or whatever. This whole like campaign seems to be dead in the latest versions of early access.
Which, like, I actually really liked.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the new one's like worse. I don't think it is. I think it's going to be better once they fine tune everything.
It seems like they're overall headed in a cool direction.
Yeah, but this was also really good and could have easily been Tape to Tape 1. I agree with you.
To the point where it's like so substantially different that I think, similar to Civ, I would have had fun playing both.
Yeah. We might have done like a Tape to Tape run this day, and
let's try the OG
play some
version,
Tape to Tape
whatever.
the next day.
Yeah.
Anyway, earlier this week, our softball night got rained out. And so I recruited a handful of people from softball night, a handful of people from elsewhere, and we did the first ever in the world, including by the developers, they've never actually tried it, 5v5 human teams, so 10-player tape-to-tape. Dude, it was awesome.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Elijah actually streamed it. There's a VOD somewhere.
Nice.
Dude, it was awesome. There's a lot of issues. Like the sports teams are really poorly balanced. They're like way too fast and they're like way overpowered. They're all like OVR 90, which is which I mean I already feel even with the not too powerful teams, the rink is a little bit small.
I find the game is best like midway through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed. So there's definitely issues. One player has to play with a keyboard. We managed to find this like joystick to keyboard, like controller to keyboard mapping thing, but we found all kinds of issues with just the identity of that controller not being recognized properly. I mean, you got 10 controllers connected to the system, which is already kind of an edge case. So it didn't really work. So Elijah went back to playing with a controller. The menu / selecting was bad, but we kind of figured it out, and it was an absolute blast. So I kind of wanted to try and get it going again after a WAN show today, but I don't know if we're going to be able to recruit enough people. We'll certainly try. The dev said, though, that 3v3 is apparently the kind of the sweet spot that they've found for Versus anyway. And it's definitely worth playing. It's pretty fun. What else did they say? I told them that IMO checking needs to get a little easier, but they could counter by making the stagger for the checker a little longer, so that it kind of punishes you for checking too much.
I definitely prefer the old system. I don't know. I also understand that the old system was kind of like really OP.
Yeah. So there's got to be a downside to just throwing the body all the time.
Sure.
Like I could even see them having a risk of injury checking someone else. Like when you play a super physical game, like you're an Alex Ovechkin or something like that, there's a reason that players like Eric Lindros run into a lot of injuries in their careers. Although Lindros was a bit of a special case, but just those super physical power forward type players, they do tend to get injured sometimes when they are throwing the body against someone else. I should probably also give that feedback. Oh, no, I think I already gave the feedback that injuries need to be short, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, injuries right now are I think they're too punishing and they're too long.
They're working on that.
I think the impact should be lower.
But yeah, they're working on a lot of tweaks to the formula right now. They're working hard. This is their first game, apparently, which I think is crazy. Excellent rectangle.
Incredibly good for a first game. Like, kind of mind-bogglingly good for a first game. I think the bench also needs some work. There's they're
cooking.
They had a complete game.
I know. They're cooking. Let them cook.
Yeah.
All right. What else is going on?
What is the logistics of this? Did you all find a spare parts box in the back of the shelf from the LTX?
Oh, they're talking about the mix and matches. I think it's a combination of that because we do still have a bunch of like random mishmash bits left over. And also, I think we shot some new parts so that we'd have enough inventory. Don't quote me on that, but that's my understanding of how the mystery screwdriver came to be. Another element of it is that discounting is a bit of a double-edged sword. On the one hand, you make the people who buy it with the discount extremely happy. On the other hand, you make the people who bought everything at full price extremely unhappy. If you create a different product with a different value proposition, in this case, it's a product where you get a random color, then you're far less likely to upset someone who bought it for $69.99 a week ago if you have this available for $49.99 because at least they got the color that they intended. So it's always a balancing act, but I think it's a combination of those factors.
Hello, Luke, Linus, and Dan. Linus, I'm a father-to-be. What are some movies, TVs, games that you couldn't wait to share with your kids?
Oh. Man, I'll say this. The ones that you kind of hoped that they would enjoy, put your expectations aside. Just trying to think, like, the stuff that you enjoyed as a kid is probably not going to resonate with them. Like, I really wanted my kids to like Final Fantasy VI. But the ones that they actually picked up on, like my son played through Crosscode because he saw me doing it. And if I'm being honest, like, it's a way better game than Final Fantasy VI because it's way more fast-paced and the characterization is fewer characters, but is really good, really, really strong. Like, it's almost like art a lot of the time does improve over time. Yeah, so I'd say maybe don't worry too much about it and find new things that you guys can enjoy at the same time. I think those are the ones that have gone the best. You know what's pretty cool though? My son finally likes to play catch.
Oh.
I wanted someone to just throw the ball around with for so long. And this is even more exciting. My daughters are into it because they've seen him do it. And they've come to like work softball nights and stuff.
That's cool.
They want to play catch. They can't really throw hard enough to get like a satisfying like game, like just like ball, throw and catch, thing going.
Sure, he can.
He can. He can even put a bit of a curve on it now, which is fun.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's very satisfying for me. It's just like it's a weird like sensory thing, but there's just something about like a hard ball. I don't really love throwing the softball as much as I love throwing the hard ball. Like a hard ball landing right in the pocket. Like, oh.
Baseball's like one of the very few sports I didn't play when I was a kid. And I, at 0 points in time, ever thought I would be interested in being a quarterback. Never really into throwing. So, I don't know.
It just feels good.
It's like, I used to do these things called sports days in the summers, where we just go out to the field with a bunch of random like sports equipment and just do stuff.
Yeah.
And we'd end up, throwing footballs back and forth or whatever during that. And it was fine. It's a good, I want to be outdoors and do a thing activity.
I don't find catching the football nearly as satisfying. There's something about the sound of the ball on the leather and just like, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Hey, WANgame.dll. Question for Linus. What pool control panel did you have installed, and have you played around with any of the Wi-Fi features, if any?
I wouldn't recommend whatever I have. I don't know if it's because of them or if it's because of our unskilled installer. Maybe this is an opportunity for someone to reach out to our public facing emails. If you happen to work for Jandy and you want to fix my shit at some point, it's still a clusterfuck. So totally open to that. I think our autofill on the hot tub still doesn't work. So we just have to go out with the hose periodically and just make sure that the pump isn't sucking air, which is kind of stupid in the year 2025, I think. First world problem, obviously, but
Yeah.
Topping up water, my toilet can top up water. Are you fucking kidding me right now? What are we even talking about?
Did you have a second company come in and do a good job? I can't remember what happened.
They did a bad job too.
Okay, because I was going to ask for a recommend.
Nope.
Great. Hey, will there be more Lime Day deals tomorrow and Sunday? Will the current deals just persist as is until Monday?
I actually don't know. I know that throughout...
I'll ask Nick.
I know that throughout Lime Day, we did plan to add deal drops. I just don't know if this is the last one. Stay tuned. It's Lime Day!
Yeah!
Why are
Keyboard
AMD drivers still trash?
What?
Recently bought a new RX 7600 on a deal here in Portugal, and AMD Catalyst keeps crashing. Only resolved when installed the basic driver.
That doesn't sound right. I literally daily drive AMD right now, and it's mostly fine.
I was going to say, I've heard they've been pretty good for quite a while.
You may have a defective card. You should definitely... you should also definitely DDU and or even reformat before you conclude that you have defective hardware. But if your drivers are crashing and only resolved with a basic driver, like the included Windows driver, you may have bad hardware. You could have a bad power supply as well.
Hi, DLL. Auto Mechanic here. Boss is floating the idea of using meta glasses for videos of the courtesy checks. Any good arguments against it?
Honestly, that sounds kind of smart. Yeah, it sounds kind of smart. There's been so many times in my life when I wish I'd just kind of logged what I was doing, while working on fixing something. Because sometimes you'll have something happen. You'll be like, oh man, okay, can I replicate this? No. Whereas if you're just logging a check that you're doing on a customer's car, man, it's such a great tool for showing them, okay, yeah, here's where we found the problem. I don't know, I kind of...
Logging is fantastic in the server and hosting world.
However, your boss is also basically installing a surveillance tool on you.
Oh.
Right? So any language you use or whatever, they can easily take that video file, throw it into like a
It's recording
speech-to-text.
audio too?
I would assume so.
If
I would argue that it's a privacy concern to record audio. Like I know in some places
they can't.
You can't. So if it can just record video, I think I'd be into it. If it can record audio, I would probably put my foot down if I were you. That's I think where I'm at on it.
Why is the dock only available on the US site?
I actually don't know that.
Not a clue.
It could be down to, because remember, that's not our product. So we don't determine like which markets it can or can't be sold into. So that's a Corsair product. If I had to guess, I'd say it has to do with a combination of either Corsair said that it's intended for a specific market, which could be down to warranty support or whatever else. That could be a possibility. Another possibility could be that they're all at our US distribution hub.
What?
We're really working hard on getting faster shipping times around the world. And one of the first steps that we've taken is having a hub for some products in the US, including that one. Another guess would be that we don't have many of them. So maybe we went for some of those at one DC and the other product at the other DC. DC is distribution center, not District of Columbia. Those would be my three guesses, but I don't actually know the answer.
Hi, question for Luke. I saw you're going to open source. So
Yeah.
cool.
That's not a question.
What are you planning to talk about or show over there? Sending love from Argentina.
I think it's leisure. Is it work? I don't think it's work, is
It's
it?
for sure work.
What's work about it?
Sauce Plus.
I don't buy it.
I'll keep tabs on him.
I'm not getting paid over the weekend if that helps you.
Are you getting paid for WAN show
really
from
care.
Sauce Plus?
Your salary just anyway. Sauce Plus, check it out.
Yeah.
Scare the Coyote Season 1.
Yeah. And other stuff.
And also building a real Gundam Day 4. This guy's such a mad lad.
Yeah, those episodes, you're getting them one day ahead on Sauce Plus,
Super
I
cool.
believe is the terms. But yeah, I'm going down there. I'm hosting 3 different panels. I don't remember what they're all about.
Ooh, free virtual, that's virtual ticket to Open Source 2025.
Yeah.
Just $5.50 per month, billed yearly. Original
Yeah.
shows, ad-free viewing, support creators directly. Sauce Plus, by the way, it's also powered by Floatplane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
William Osman,
Yeah.
Sauce.
Yeah. The one panel that I remember the topic of is during Industry Day, so I don't think it's open to everybody, but it's if YouTube disappeared tomorrow, what would happen to your business?
That's what you need, Floatplane.
Should be
Good
fun.
question.
I thought I don't know if they actually really planned the fact that I do Floatplane and Sauce Plus for me being on the panel, but I was like, this is going to be great. I am in. Sounds good. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be good. It was good last year. It'll be good this year.
Luke,
Ah,
I teach high school programming, and I'm going to teach the kids vibe coding. Bite me.
We actually have a video coming up on this that I'm very excited about. I need a ladder system that I want to be ELO-based for badminton. Now, I could just hire someone to make that for me, but that would be a lot of work. I could tell Luke to give me one of his developers to do it for me, but that would be crazy because they have better things to do. So I came up with what I think is a brilliant idea. You can't justify creating this ELO system for my badminton club because it's, not making money yet. And also, we have other things to do that are more important. So I get that. I understand that. But what if I needed a developer for a video?
for a video.
So I came up with a video, and it's going to be me versus a real developer. We're going to sick me on trying to vibe code an ELO-based, ranking system so that you can, input people's scores, and it will, adjust their ELO rating and blah, 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 whatever. I've really given a ton of thought to how this is going to work. And then we're going to pit me against a real developer, with the expected outcome, right? Obviously, we're not gonna like fake the results, right? But we do have a hypothesis with the expected outcome that being a real programmer is probably going to be better, but that vibe coding will get me a lot further than I would get if you just like stuck me in a development environment.
Yeah.
Could you explain vibe coding for the folks at home?
Vibe coding is asking AI to code for you.
There you go.
So Linus vibe coding, who has literally never written a functioning line of code in his life, versus a real programmer with all the tools that they have, including the ability to use AI if they want to.
And there's effective applications like Emma built this tool for her old workplace that was really helpful, and it was based on Google Sheets, and she vibe coded with an AI to make it actually happen, and it's way better than what they had before. So like,
I may be able to build something functional, but part of the payoff for the video is going to be to have our real developer poke and prod at my thing and be like, okay, well, we've got a bug here. We've got an edge case that you haven't accounted for here. We've got a security flaw. Oh my God. Like, I'm expecting it to not be very good.
we'll see.
But we'll see.
I have no idea.
I mean, maybe it'll be good enough, and maybe that'll be an interesting outcome too. Either way, what I really want out of it is the real product from the real developer, and I'm just going to pretend to vibe code it as best I can. Well, I'm literally going to do this. I will do as best I can.
Yeah.
But I'm just like.
Have you done any of that yet? Interesting, because as much as I was a little hesitant with the teacher saying that they were going to do that, there is like things you can learn to do it better. There are skills to it. If it's actually a programming class,
They might also just be messing with you.
maybe.
So, I mean, take it as a hypothetical. Yes, they are going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a small segment, because they're going to do it anyways. So if you can like work with them to hopefully help them do it better. A lot of people really use AI in just, to be blunt, just dumb ways. But so if you can help them not, that would be pretty cool, I guess. Because again, they're going to do it anyways.
AI literacy is apparently really bad in Canada. I heard that on the CBC.
Pretty sure it's really bad everywhere.
I think particularly bad in Canada.
How is that measured?
I have no idea.
They probably asked AI.
Canada is not a country. Let's see.
Your Canada jab in your Google yourself video was pretty good. I thought that was pretty funny.
Important countries, and also Canada.
Yeah.
I think we're nice enough, but not particularly consequential.
It also depends on the scenario and the time.
Yeah, there was that convention we helped write.
Yeah.
Next message. Hey,
the one, right? Nice.
Hey, WAN.dlo. Why in bigger orders do you split the packages between two separate carriers?
I don't know. Oh, we had some issues for a bit. So maybe that's what you're talking about.
Maybe.
Perhaps. And last one I've got to you today. Why don't more people talk about the lack of drivers on Windows for Intel SCC or equivalent Bluetooth LE audio on Broadcom more? It can actually be a huge problem living in apartments in big cities.
Okay, so Google thinks I mean Intel SSD, so let's go ahead and find out what you're talking about. Spread spectrum clocking. Oh, okay.
Like we do that for our Wi-Fi here in the office, I guess.
Interesting. Okay, I'm going to confess that I was not super familiar with this because I've not tried to make my Bluetooth work really well in an apartment lately. Lack of drivers on Windows for it. I don't know. That's a really good question. And I've run into a super congested environment very recently when we were doing Natalie's AMD Ultimate Tech upgrade, that it was a huge problem, not because necessarily everyone around her was transmitting, but because there were just so many SSIDs that her Wi-Fi wasn't working at all. No, it wasn't just the launcher. We couldn't get anything working. Speed test wouldn't work. That part wasn't in the video, but it is a thing that we checked. I don't know. That's a really good question. I guess it should be a thing. Good point.
That's all I got. That's it.
see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye!
No.